I mean, it's kind of, already hanging there. You just can't see it.
All right, cool. Music looks okay. Oh, should be okay. I probably just need to fucking speak up. Okay. Anybody want to review what happened last time?
We came back to Keelong. We teleported to my place. Talked with Rodessa, my mother, and then we ended up going around different places in Keelong. We went to an armor smith where Az is getting more things for his plans for his weapon worked on. I'm getting a possible shield worked on. Then we went to a potion shop where I was able to buy a pretty juicy potion making kit. Then we went to the religious area of Keelong, in which I went to the temple for Emus, and Az went to Izmir's temple. And then after that, we went to Rotsnots Reeds, to where I found like a juicy book about the simias and like the different areas in which they inhabit and chill at. And then Az got a pamphlet for something about cannons. And then as we were heading back, it was getting closer towards nighttime, and I had made I don't remember what kind of an instinct roll, and noticed someone was kind of watching us, and I tried to book it back home, and we tried spotting them out. We didn't find much. We didn't even really catch a glimpse of them, but we did find a tattered piece of clothing that is, I believe it was like red and gold.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was a brighter color, if I remember correctly, signifying that it may be coming from someone of higher status or wealth.
Mm-hmm. It seemed to be a good material, like a really deep dye, deep color.
And so from there, I tried to ask Rodessa, tried to ask Tinkerly, and nothing really came up. So a little bit more alert today, or tonight rather. Tinkerly said he'd call for some guards for the house, just an extra guard or two, and then we were about to have dinner, and I believe that is where we left off.
Correct.
We had the sensation of being watched.
Right.
Welcoming back. We hurried up.
Right, that's where y'all checked for the, found the little scrap of cloth that had gotten caught on a crate or something.
Yes, but we stopped at... we were still in the alley.
Right. Well, no, we had, you'd made it home. What are you talking about?
I don't know what Baggette's talking about.
What are you talking about?
We
yes,
stopped
in the alley. In the alley is where you checked and you found, you thought someone was following you. You ran down to where you thought you had seen them go. No sign of the people, but you saw the little scrap of cloth caught on something.
Then I looked up. Tug joins, and he looks, and he rolled high, whereas I rolled low. And you said that we stopped there.
No.
y'all are whatever.
I just I just clipped the last episode and put it on YouTube. The ending ended with because Tuglow's mom said she was tired. Because I was really tired. Exactly. Because that was the whole getting the guards to watch the house.
Mm-hmm. Because I've been asked Tinkerly and Rodessa.
Yeah. But even with a high roll, I mean, anyway.
I mean, hey, you could always
whatever.
No.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
All right, we're good. Yeah, we're continuing. You're at the so dinner is getting ready. Tuglow, what's for dinner?
What's for dinner?
What's a Keelong specialty that Tinkerly would make sure is prepared since you're coming back home?
If he had time, which, you know, I don't know what he may have been doing, or he may have just been preparing food the whole day when we got back. We typically have a almost kind of like a small little celebratory feast that would include duck, deer, and other types of various seafoods. So, you know, deer in case you can't eat
No
seafood or you don't like
vegetables.
seafood. And then you got
Man said, "Give me
the
the
seafood
gout."
itself. Hey, you know, gotta do what I gotta do.
I kept waiting to hear, and a pot of rice.
I was just thinking, I was like, yeah, some rice would do real well with that.
Yeah, rice would do good with all that.
But, you know, I don't know if they have that in this world, but if they do, there's definitely rice.
Bro,
There's
that's why I
definitely...
asked you, what's there, you know?
Oh, hey, okay, yeah, we got rice. We definitely got rice. And then, you know, for those that want to drink, various sorts of alcohol.
Uh-huh.
And then, you know, obviously your water. And any other beverages.
Cool.
Man, put me on the spot with the food. I was like, damn.
Oh, hey, as long as we're in Keelong, you're on the spot.
I heard. Hey, I'm locked in now.
Unless y'all just absolutely jack it up. If y'all just start going out in the streets and killing people, you know, I probably...
Right,
okay.
right.
Keelong hates you. So yeah, we'll say dinner is served, and you know, there's some small talk. Your mom kind of tells you what's been going on. She actually kind of, because, you know, y'all mentioned it before, but Ifera, is that right?
Yeah.
Make sure. Yeah. Okay. She kind of mentions to you that, you know, since you had like left, and it had been a while since you had been studying anyway, like in the time that you left, Ifera had basically kind of not been in the employ of your parents anymore, and had become like a court researcher.
Ooh.
And so, you know, she's just kind of filling you in on a couple of those details. And then I would say about halfway through dinner, your father makes it home finally. If you want to like describe what he looks and describe how y'all would greet each other.
So his name is Bohemus. He is a burly fawn male. You know, as big and as burly as they can come, that's him. He does have the royal clothes on since he was in Appearance of the King. And, you know, I'm sure he'll change into something maybe a little bit more fitting for the house, more comfortable. As far as greeting, there's nothing like crazy. Now, if we were out in public, you know, we'd have to do the curtsy, the bow, you know, to keep appearances up. But since we're in the house, you know, just a simple, you know, hug, you know, wave, you know, whatever it may be if he's tired. And then, you know, we'll continue on. But there's nothing super crazy as far as that's concerned.
And he, you know, as y'all kind of like give your side hugs, oh, it's so good to see you. You know, what have you been? What brings you in? I know your mother said you would, you know, y'all were here, so I came as fast as I could. But
well, we've come to seek information about certain artifacts and to possibly send word from Port Fortune about the demon attacks that have been happening, and hopefully see to make sure that, things here are safe, or that there's a plan just in case something does happen.
Yeah, it would definitely be a good idea to have some extra precautions in place.
Mhm.
Well, from Port, what were you in Port Fortune? Like, what have you been up to? Like, how'd you get involved in all of this?
Well, I did make it to Port Fortune, and that's where I ran across my two friends here. They're also my two party members. We've been kind of doing a bunch of different ragtag things, and it just so happened that when the attack on Port Fortune happened, we were in the dead center of it, and we were actually, while we didn't get to save the actual harbor itself, we were able to stop the infiltration of the demons being summoned through the portals. And from there on,
And his eyes are just like,
it,
it's like, holy crap.
what's Emeris. And from there, after things had died down, Emeris had given us some information of different artifacts that may be able to help us. And the first place she told us to go to was to Keelong, to back here. So we made our journeys east, and then once we got to Thistlebridge, we got to go deep sea diving. We fought a smaller sized kraken. We talked to Pormog, and we got some crazy stuff from him. And I've learned how to teleport, so now I can teleport to different places. And instead of the journey from Thistlebridge down to here, we just kind of appeared, and that's long story short.
He's just like, he's just kind of sitting there, his jaw is kind of open. He's just like looking at you, and he's like, well, it's shocking to hear all this. It's scary to know that you're doing all of these crazy things, but I can't help but feel proud. But so, if you're needing information, I assume that's why your mom said y'all wanted to attend the meeting here in a couple of days.
That would be extremely helpful, especially for the things that I'm sure we're bound to encounter here in the near future. It's definitely something that if we can get help, I don't see why we shouldn't seek it out.
Right. Well, a lot of the research surrounding the kind of things that are happening, that's usually locked away for good reason. So things like this don't happen. But yeah, it's been a hot topic in the court for sure, 100%. But
is there anyone in charge of the investigation towards what's going on at the moment?
There are a number of individuals. I know Ifera is actually one of the few that have been involved in that. But we know her quite personally, so that's maybe something we should lean on, or you guys should lean on.
Wait, Ifera is in the courts now?
Well, she's a court researcher. She basically is a scholar for the court. If something needs to be discussed or researched or poured through old text to find, not all glamour, but she's doing a good job. So
is Twinkerly in the room?
Is who?
Twinkerly?
Tinkeredly? Is it Tinkerly?
Twinkerly?
Is it Tinkerly or Tinkeredly? Duh. Tinker with a D.
Yeah, Tinkeredley.
Right.
Tinkeredly.
But yes, Tinkeredly would definitely be standing by.
What is he wearing?
Tuglow?
He's just
Feel
wearing a
my pain.
normal. He's got a black jacket over a blue colored vest with a white shirt, black slacks, normal pants, and he's got his monocle.
Okay.
Nothing fancy, just typical butler stuff.
Didn't want to expand on
I
that.
go.
As okay, I was
go
about to say,
give a
did you just
little-
ask just to make him make up an outfit for Tiglow?
I go to Sam discreetly and just said with a low voice. Apparently that is not the one who's been watching us. I would have assumed the mother would have sent the butler to make sure that her son is safe while he is in Keelong, but apparently not so.
You go over to Tinkerly and say this?
No, I say this to Sam.
It's Samly.
Oh shit!
Sam,
Run that by me one more time. Samlin says as he was staring off into space.
I grab him by the collar.
I just got to think
I
of it in the
said-
right frame because I'm like, why are you telling Tinkerly this?
No.
Go ahead. Say it again. I got you this time.
Something apparently it appears that Tinker Lee isn't the one who's been following us. I would have assumed that the mother would have sent her butler to make sure her son is safe while she's in Keelong. Her daughter is safe while she's in Keelong.
I'm not gonna lie, that part threw me off a little bit too earlier, and I was like, son, okay, I'm trying. Sam was
It's okay.
Sam was like, well, you know,
I've waved for a
It,
little bit. Yeah.
it hasn't seemed too
Unless you change
dangerous
clothes,
here.
but yeah.
And I mean, we were basically back at the house whenever, you know, Tuglow was freaking out about somebody following us.
Well, there was.
And then
some-
Tinker,
some-
I mean, he was here when we came back in the house.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. We don't know these people. We don't know anything. Okay?
We know Tuglow pretty good.
Yeah. We know Tuglow, but what I meant
Wow.
to say is that he's not the butler. Apparently, he's not
Oh,
the
well,
butler.
yeah.
Could
I
have been
mean,
the butler.
I didn't really assume it was the butler, but I mean, you know.
It could
Hey,
have been.
hey, good looking out,
You know what?
Az. Good looking out, buddy.
Okay, yeah. Sure.
Actually, you know what? I appreciate it. Someone comes back over and like leans over to Tuglow and he's like, I think Az has been hitting that pipe too much.
Why
I heard that.
What's going on with y'all two? Are y'all okay?
Yeah, we're fine.
Well, if y'all need anything, you can
Dude, what a plot
ask
twist
me
that would have
or
been.
Tinkerly.
Someone
Who
kind of
has
looks
the
at Tinkerly
little piece of
suspect,
cloth?
like suspect. You know, he's like, could it be the butler?
This
And
whole
you still
time,
have
Az is
that,
just
What?
Az, what'd you say?
I was asking Miss Lowe, do you still have the piece of cloth that we found?
oh, of course,
Can you hand it to me real quick?
sure. Here you go.
Thank you. And I put it on the table as you give it to me, like in the middle of the table, and I say, "Would you happen to know who may be wearing that kind of colors?"
Are you asking? What was your dad's name
It's a
again? Tuglow?
general question to the table.
Please tell me your dad's name.
I haven't written it down anywhere.
Huh?
Bohemus.
Bohemus. Oh right, because I was like Bohemus and his brother Bofa.
Bruh.
B-O-H.
E-M-U-S.
This guy.
Mhm.
Bohemus.
Yeah.
Parenthesis. You know, because I think y'all showed it to basically everybody's already seen it except for Bohemus. And he kind of walks forward and he's just kind of like, may I, gesturing towards the cloth.
Obviously.
Obviously. And he pulls it up and he just kind of inspects it for a moment. Let's see. Let me. God. Sharing a desk with my wife sucks.
I believe it.
Hit the 20. Different. We use the green one. Alright, this is to see what Tuglow's dad can find out. Just for funsies. Bruh. I don't.
He crit?
Huh?
Did he crit?
I don't know how to grab it without, like, possibly changing the number.
You gonna show me a 20? Yeah, buddy! That's what yeah! He knows! He knows!
He fucking knows. He spent enough time at the court so that he can remember them by name and gender and
what they look like.
positions, where they live, their schedule.
Knows everything about him. Let's go. Better cook him up. Oh my god, if it's a Farah, I'm just gonna retire my character. Holy, I'd be so sad.
There's shock on his face.
No!
He says he examines it for a long time. A long time. Just hold on a second. we're waiting real world how long he stares.
Damn. I'm just gonna casually serve myself another cup while looking at everyone. Anybody want some? Sally, you want some?
Sure. Someone's like, don't distract me, I'm thinking. I was trying to find it. He says this appears to have the he's like, I recognize the fabric, this dye, and the stitching. It comes from, I'll just change shit up. It comes from it's made at the Praying Moon. That's one of the garment makers. Wait, didn't y'all go see a garment maker?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Mm-mm. We only did an armor dude.
And a potion place.
Mm-hmm. Potion place, and then book.
So he says that the Praying Moon. The owner is
the Praying Moon.
The Praying Moon is the shop located in the nicer area of town. Unless Tuglow, unless you want to give it a different name, you're more than welcome to.
Oh no, that's that name. Very good.
He's talked to, or he says Ralnor. I like the first name. Ralnor Ailstone.
Ralnor.
Yep. Is the
And then
owner.
what was the last name?
Ailstone. Literally
Ailstone.
ale and stone.
So that's the owner of the Praying Moon.
That's the owner
Yes.
of the Praying Moon, yes. Which is it's a garment shop that's used for making clothing. You know, just a fine clothing fine clothing establishment.
Okay.
He says, you know, that's where we get our stuff made. I can tell by the quality of this fabric, the depth of the dye, the stitching on it. There's 99% chance that's where it came from. And he literally
And when
he pulls up his own cloak, and you can kind of you like touch, out and touch like the corner of his cloak, and you feel the quality is like of similar value. And well, okay, this guy he's probably right.
When you say that this is where they made the cloak that you wear, who do you refer to? Like, what group of persons do you refer to? People that usually spend their days at the court, or tend to it frequently, quite casually?
Ask that again, please.
You refer to a group of persons that this type of cloth is made for.
Mm-hmm.
Who is that group of person? Are they somebody?
Are
they people that work?
I can't tell you who purchased it, but I can.
Yeah, of course.
I said, with 99% accuracy, tell you its origin. And so tomorrow, if you guys are, keen on investigating this, maybe you could check out. That would be a great first start. You could also turn it over to the authorities if you like to, and see if they would handle it. Completely in your hands. But that would be a really good first start.
We don't have the appearance with the king in his court tomorrow, do we?
No, that wouldn't. It's the day after tomorrow.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go, and like your dad sits it back down. He's like, I'm gonna go get comfortable and come back out. I don't know if y'all will still be hanging around, but I'll see you. And he kind of goes off.
Sounds good. We'll see you soon.
Thank you for your hospitality.
He's like, oh, of course, no problem whatsoever. I'm happy to have our girl home. He, kind of does a little bow and walks away. Any ruminations or discussions you wish to do before we just move on?
First thing tomorrow, we go at the shop.
Yes. Before the night falls, is Rodessa available, or is she off doing anything?
Yeah, she's available. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
So,
she off doing something? Did your mom go play poker?
well, I mean, no, she plays mahjong at night.
Mahjong? Okay.
Yeah. I'll just go talk with her and just see if there's anything that, because she wanted to talk with me at another time, so I'm kind of trying to see if another time has arrived.
Okay. Maybe that's better. I don't know. Get out of here. Yeah, she's chilling in her study. Just kind of relaxing. I would say, yeah, like after dinner and stuff. If you're waiting until after dinner, unless you're wanting to talk to her at the dinner table.
No. It would be an after dinner thing.
Okay. what specifically? What are you wanting to talk to her about? Just so I would.
I don't know. Specifically, if there is anything to do with Zandifer, the Order, and Defera. Any of those two topics. And if she looks at me and she's like, "Oh, hey, I'm still tired. Hit me up another day." Well, shit, it is what it is.
No. I mean, she already told you that once that day. But yeah, you so you enter, the room, I guess. And she's like, "Oh, what's up, Tug? What's going on?"
Not a whole lot. I was going around different places today. I had asked. Oh man, was it? Did I say that the armor place was Aurelius? Is that what I said?
I think so.
Okay. Because I did not take.
Spackle?
Huh? Spacklewolf.
Spacklewolf.
That's who it
With
was.
the armor.
Yeah.
Cool.
I had
Somebody has
gone
to take
in.
notes. Because I should have known.
Yeah.
It's bad though. I should be taking notes.
So I had spoken with Specklewolf, and I had asked him if there was anything he could tell me about you, and he had said that you are more of an open book than I was led to imagine, and so I was just curious if there was anything that we could talk about, or you could maybe tell me stories of, whether it would be Zandifer or the Order, or even Ifera.
She's like, "What makes you think I'm not an open book?"
Well, anytime that we talked about the Order, it was always something that you would tell me to wait until I was older.
Well,
And so I was hoping, now that I've gone out and am on this, what feels as if it's a grand adventure or the grand quest, I was hoping that maybe now would be the time. Because, ultimately, I would love to join the Order as well, but I don't even know where to start. And this letter, that I have still isn't open. It just doesn't feel like the time is right for me to open it.
well, whatever time feels right will be the right time. As far as the Order goes, it's not a it's not a secret, but what we do can be sensitive. Because there are many people who would wish to see information in general destroyed, whether it be because they think it would be good for the world or bad for the world, And so it's just something that I don't discuss because it's, kind of need to know. I will say that I'm impressed by your ventures thus far. But as far as the Order stuff goes, there's still not much I can discuss with you. Just because of the nature of it. Depending on how your meeting goes with the Royal Chamber, things might be a little different. because, you have access, essentially, I assume that's what you're going there to ask for, access to what could be precious information. Hell, who knows if we got anything that'll help, but,
Right.
which, with Ifera, we already kind of told you about things with her. She seems to be doing good.
Mhm.
It was nice, having her around, but we can't just, pay for teachers that we don't need. So
Right.
without a pupil to teach and advise, then, but she's found a good slot at the with the research. With Zandifer. Tell you what, tomorrow, after y'all do your running around in the morning, I want to take you somewhere.
Okay.
And we'll leave it at that for tonight.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks for the time. I guess I should be calling it early since we've got a pretty busy morning.
Well, it sounds like you've had a hell of a day. Like, almost like this one day has lasted like a month and a half.
It really feels like it sometimes.
It has. But anyway, it's great to have you back. Tinker Lee told me that we've already had a couple extra guards go around. So
Perfect.
which I'm not too worried about it anyway. Just part of the nature of your father's business, this isn't the first time somebody's looked at my house and
Right.
been inquisitive. But again, it's so great to see you, and she kind of gives you like a hug and all that good stuff, that mushy gushy mommy stuff.
Right.
And you, unless you have anything else, you can exit her chamber.
No, I'll call it for the night and head back to my room.
Word. Alright, anybody else need to do anything of the nighttime? Literally,
I do not
a
want to
thought flashed
sleep.
in my head. Just real quick, guys. A thought flashed in my
Go ahead.
head. I was like, oh yeah, Samlin, derail this whole episode. Samlin's about to be like, hey, y'all got a casino?
Intrusive thoughts.
Right, yeah, that was the
101.
intrusive thought. But anyway, go ahead, Az, with your actual stuff.
So as I'm being shown to my room, I really feel insecure about that person overwatching us and being able to evade us. And so once I'm alone in my room, as everybody kind of calms down, the house comes down, night falls, you can probably see sometimes the pattern of guards circling or going in and going out with lanterns. I sneakily open the window and I take a bedroll and I grab it onto my arm and I take off and I close the window behind me and I go and lay down on the top of the roof of the house just to overlook the city. And it kind of feels cool because the air is not cold. We are like in a nomadic area, so the air is nice at night. And I kind of
Gotcha.
stay on the roof, overwatching the stars, doing a little prayer to Izmir, and casually listening to the sound of the street and the city as it falls asleep. And I'm just laying down there on top of the roof, sometimes watching down the street and this and that. And I just spend the night here.
As you begin to lay down, Make a what would it be? Instinct reaction roll for me.
14.
14. Though very soft and deft, you hear some pattering. And it kind of, not super quickly, but it begins to approach you. And you whip around.
Pattering?
Some like soft footsteps
Okay.
begin approaching you, and as you turn around, it's Samlin. Samlin was outside, like kind of meditating, and I rolled, and he got an 22 on his instinct roll to see if he noticed you go up on the roof. So Samlin kind of goes up and, with hope, Samlin kind of goes up and, which I mean, I'd say reaction roll. That's not really a hope fear kind of thing. So Samlin just kind of comes up. And he's like, "Oh, hey, Az.
Hey, what's up, Samlin?
I had to come check. I heard something on the roof, and I was like, oh shit, it's the guy. I was just like down there meditating, you know. So, what are you doing?"
I don't know. I felt like I wasn't really. I was pretty insecure about that whole thing happening and down the street, and I figured I would take the chance to have some very nice weather, clear skies, to stay under the stars and kind of overwatch and listen to the sound of the city. See how it feels like, how it sounds like. But I was just feeling like taking the time to enjoy that good weather, and since I was kind of insecure about what happened in the street earlier, I felt like I wanted to add myself to a possible Overwatch. I just decided to go up there, stay under the stars, and casually listen to the sound of the city. But I mean, since you're here, and I kind of uncovered my cloak, and I said, I have some dice. You want to gamble?
Sure.
Little bit?
Actually, yeah, we'll throw some dice real fast. What kind of dice?
It's just high or low.
What do you mean?
Like I throw the dice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you a number. And you have to guess if my dice is higher or lower than what I tell you.
Okay. So what are we playing with?
Well, I wasn't necessarily going into a big session, but we could roll for the outcome of the session.
Hey, bro, I got two sixes in front of me now. I got them bones, brother. Let's throw. I got a 7. I got a 7. Let's go.
You play with a single D20.
Oh, that's lame.
He don't know about shooting dice.
It's okay. It's okay. D20. So wait, are we just doing high or lower, me and you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna cheat. I'm using the black dice. Let's go.
Go ahead.
What'd you get? What'd you get? Hello?
I got a 15.
Shit. Okay, I got 11. You win. We'll say 2 handfuls. Win 2 handfuls from Samlin.
Nice.
Is this gonna be the new thing, or y'all just gonna fucking give Samlin a third of everything and then gamble it away from him? All right, so you and Samlin play a couple games of dice, and over the course of the next hour or so of y'all hanging out, Samlin loses 2 handfuls of gold. But Samlin is still happy to have just hung out and thrown the bones with you. But with that, Samlin's like, well, I'm gonna go inside. I kind of feel the same way as far as the Overwatch thing, but I kind of want to be inside in case somebody gets inside,
Hey,
hey, one on the inside,
what you
one on the
have to do, I'll
outside.
be-
We got it covered.
Yeah, sounds good.
We got it covered. But anyway, all right. I'll see you tomorrow. And he kind of, scampers
Yeah,
off
good night,
and
Sammy.
climbs down some stuff on, some vines growing up from the garden, and goes into the house. And with that, everyone can, unless anybody else needs anything else, go ahead.
Yeah. On my way back to my room, I ask for Tinkerly, and I ask him if he will fetch me some potion making ingredients.
You know what? I'm gonna make you roll for it,
Fair?
but I'm gonna let you do presents. I'm gonna let you use any kind of stuff you want to, because I know you're trying to get some ingredients for free. This is what's happening right here.
You already know, bro.
And it's already late, and we're trying to see if you can convince Tinkerly to either go right now or make it a part of his schedule, or him be like, "Hey, Tuglow, I ain't got time for that this week, brother. I'm sorry," or sister.
It's not right now. It's for
just
before I leave.
I got you.
Before I leave. Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to use,
let me see. Heart of a Poet.
You can use Heart of a Poet, or I don't know if you remember, but to teleport here, which y'all haven't slept like in 3 sessions or 2 sessions, and it's just been a long time since we. Actually, it's been 3 sessions since you slept.
Correct.
You still have a rally die.
Oh.
You had one from when y'all freaking teleported here.
Yeah.
Because I was clipping that to put on YouTube, and I saw where we were like, me and Baguette were like, "Oh yeah, just use the rally die," and like, I wasn't thinking about it like y'all could be awake for a whole another 2 sessions, and you ended up not using it. Like, I think we theoretically rolled it for fun, because with the rally die, you got a 34 to teleport, but without the rally die, it was a 30.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, you don't have to use it.
Okay. Yeah. Then I will definitely use the rally die.
I'll let you cheese it.
I'll definitely do the rally die, and I will definitely add a D4 for Heart of the Poet. Just to see if Tinkerly can fit it into his schedule, and I'll spend a hope.
Just make sure you spend. Okay.
And let me see. I'm level 5, so I need to put a D8. All right.
Tinkerly, he's hard now. He's a hard motherfucker. I'm calling it now. Duality dice, so 1 and 2. The other one's a 1 and 1. 4.
Can I do I add the privilege as well, since I'm trying to
privilege?
Yeah. Do
manage,
I get
or technically yes, you can stack all 3.
Lovely. All right. Emus, please. I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help.
This is your butler. You're leveraging your reputation as 100%, like in the realm here.
Beautiful. All right, here we go. What did I roll? Are you fucking kidding me?
Was it trash? I mean, at minimum, +4 presents. You rolled 3 extra dice. That's 3, so that's 7. And then the lowest you can roll without being a crit is a 3. 10 is the lowest you can theoretically roll with that roll.
Double that.
Oh, 20 is definitely enough. Tinkerly's like, "Oh, of course, Tuglow. Whenever I get a chance, I should have a chance tomorrow. I got to go to the market. Could you get me a list of ingredients?"
Sure. Yeah. I'll have that written up for you, and I'll just leave it on the table by the door, so that way whenever you leave, you'll.
Tinkerly's like, "Oh, you can just tell me now."
Oh, okay, cool. And so for the next 5 minutes, I tell him the ingredients I need for potions, and then I go to sleep.
Tinkerly's like, "I don't know if I understood that. Can you say that, like, for real, actually, what the ingredients for a potion are? I would actually really appreciate it."
Yeah, so, Mr. DM, what are the ingredients for a potion?
20 pounds of
Tuglow, what are the ingredients for a key-long potion?
The same ingredients for any
everywhere
potion.
All right. Yeah, he's like, I'll look for the list in the morning. Backtrack.
Okay.
I'll look for the
All
list
right.
in the morning.
Thank you very much, Tinkerly. It's always very much appreciated.
Absolutely, and it's great to have you home. As he kind of
It's
does a little butler bow.
wonderful to see you as always, Tinkerly. And I give him, a curtsy and make sure to go write the ingredients and put the note on the table by the door, and then I scurry off to sleep.
Good deal. Shit, what? And with that, y'all have a nice so y'all have a sleep, long rest. You do all your whatevers. Not that I think maybe we have some stress marked.
Yeah, I have some stress marks.
Samlin's clearing his stress, and if anybody else would like to join him, we can take 2 hope instead of 1.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep. Okay. Tuglow, you can join in that for a 3-way. Still only 2 hope, but you can also get it if you do the relax downtime, whatever it is.
Downtime. Let me take a look.
Dang, it's been that long since we took a downtime.
Is it long rest that we're doing or
Long
short?
rest.
Long rest.
You can either prepare, and if you do prepare, you can take 2 because me and Az are also. We'll say that having dinner was your long rest. Preparing is sitting around having a good meal, talking.
Okay. During the downtime, swapping out spells is not a downtime activity, right?
No.
Okay, cool. So since we're doing that,
Swapping out spells is just something you can optionally do at the beginning of every day.
okay, gotcha.
For the beginning, post long rest, I guess is the best way to say it.
Heard. I need the Book of Typhar, right? Oh, but we're going to the King tomorrow, so what if I have to use Deaf Deceiver?
No, you're not going to the king tomorrow.
Oh, no, yeah, yep. Okay, yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I put that spell in. I will clear stress. Is there any?
It is ambient. Long rest. Like Skyrim-esque.
What's today's date? Yeah, I'm gonna throw that one on y'all.
I'm gonna throw that on you, boy. I already knew the day. I think it's 12.
Okay. So I can't do that yet.
This is 11 still.
Oh, I'm cooked then. Okay, I can't even do that. I ain't worried about
11
that.
is when y'all left West Tower, made it to had the little fight, made it to East Tower, teleported to Keylong.
And we've had this whole day.
Right.
Holy. Okay, so
didn't y'all did only a short rest and then teleported on.
Okay, so I've got this. So now I can't do that. I'll just join y'all in that and I'll grab the hope as well for my second downtime.
Yeah. Round
1. Whose name?
The clothing store guy. I got it.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so everybody's done with their resting.
And I can get us a new rally die too. Let's fucking go.
Alright, so you have your long rest. Throughout the night there's no real disturbances as you actually, you feel a little uneasy, but once you drift off to sleep, the breeze from on top of the buildings, like the white noise of the little bit of activity in the city, because it is nighttime, but you get good sleep.
He falls off the roof. There's
Rolls
a crater
over.
in my. There's a crater in my courtyard.
But anyway, so you guys wake up to breakfast. Your father has already left to go to work. Which, as you know, his job is intense. He is there a lot. If
Right.
it is a time of needing to be there a lot. And right now with the stuff going on to the north, it seems that he is needed. But the day is yours. What y'all doing?
Sneakily going back into my room, trying to mess the bed a little bit so it seems like I slept in it.
Okay.
I would assume that we'll have our breakfast and then, kind of rendezvous at the front door,
What's for breakfast?
and then leftovers of the meal before of last night.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
With some eggs. Throw 'em
Yes,
in
sir.
there.
Hey, we got
Does
milk
that
too.
include the
you know.
drinks?
Huh?
No drinks. No drinks.
Oh, God. Az is just sloshed from the beginning of the day. But yeah, so what y'all doing?
I would assume we rendezvous at the front door, and then.
Well, I mean, y'all rendezvous at the breakfast table.
Well, okay, yeah, that's fair. Well, I mean, Az may not have been
completely ignores y'all during breakfast.
there. Well, no,
And
because
then
Az
goes
may
and
not have been
stands
there.
by the front door just waiting.
Bro, Az may not have been there. Samlin.
Samlin was there.
Okay.
And I mean, Az said he
was there
came in
too.
and messed up his bed, and he was trying to make it look like he had been there, so I assume he would have intentionally been like, I hear people outside, let me walk out of this door. Tung, tung, tung. Like, oh, I slept in this room last night.
Yes, I did. Very much so.
Yeah.
Very nice bed, by the way.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
So everybody was at
then-
breakfast. So Samlin's
Yeah.
at the table. He's like, all right, what's the plan for the day? Since out of character, y'all won't let the GM know what we do it for today.
So I mean, hey, let's head on over to the Praying Moon.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
let's do that.
get an early start. Let Ralnor, kind of start looking through his books and everything, and then we'll see from there. Who
Alright.
has the cloth, by the way? And before Bohemus has it, and he took it off to the kings.
No, he gave it back to me.
Oh,
Well, he
okay.
set it back on the table. I don't know if anybody.
Oh, on the towel.
I'm not going to be so merciless that I'm like, well, Tinkersley threw that shit away.
Damn.
No, one of y'all definitely would have retrieved it.
Alright. I'll say Az, since he's the last one that asked me for it, and he put it down on the table, so Az got it.
As. You were sleeping outside.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but I only took my bedroll with me.
So you make your way to the place with your little specimen of fabric. Was it the Praying Moon? Yeah,
Praying Moon,
Praying
yes, sir.
Praying Moon.
Yep.
Which actually isn't too far. Like, it's in the same kind of area. It is in one of the adjacent kind of circular walled off sections of the city that is like the mercantile area for the more upper class folk, the more expensive stuff.
Gang.
You see a sign with it has like a little crescent moon with like a praying kind of silhouette in the crescent of the moon. It's just kind of hanging on a peg. On the doorway is just some signage. And Tuglow, you recognize that this is the place. But as you approach and enter, you are greeted by a dwarven fellow. Of course, short in stature, but very broad. He has like dark jet black hair. You're not sure if it's naturally that color or if it's somehow dyed or something. But he's dressed in like very nice robes. not necessarily 100% like dazzled, but like there are some like accents of like jewels, and he has like a couple of rings and a nice necklace, and he's definitely, you know, pimped out a little bit. But he you know, as y'all enter, he's like, "Oh, good morning. What can I do for you today?"
You know, since he's in the wealthy area of the city, you know, I curtsy first, and then
He kind of rolls back.
hello. You know, I am Tuglow, and these are my companions, and we were wondering if you could potentially aid us in seeking whose tattered raiment this may belong to. And I ask Az to show him the cloth with such high quality and, you know, deep colored dye. I could have only assumed that it would come from somewhere as prestigious as the Praying Moon. And I was hoping that maybe you could share some insight on who you might have made this for.
He's like, he kind of takes it and he looks at you and he's like, "Lo, huh? What's your dad's name again?"
Bohemus.
Bohemus. I already asked that. He's like, are you Bohemus's daughter?"
Indeed I am, yes sir.
You know, I try not to make it a habit of giving out, you know, the names of my customers, even if you are, you know, Bohemus's daughter. And I've definitely heard a lot about you. You may not know it, but I've been making your clothes for years. You know, it's in a weird way, though I haven't seen you much, I've seen you grow through the things I've made for you.
That's so fucking cool.
But I'm not sure. I have a lot going on right now, and there's, you know, it might be too risky for me to do, you know, to give out information. Yeah.
You know, for someone whose clothing I've worn for my entire life, you know, such master-crafted pieces of wardrobe, you know, I've always come to appreciate them so very dearly, you know, especially as they've kind of garnered me through the royal courting and things of that nature, schooling as well. And so, you know, I just wanted to give you my sincerest and humblest appreciation and thank you for all that you've done for me. And then I kind of look at him and I make a link of telepathy. And then I say out loud, I say, "Please don't be alarmed by this." And then I connect the link of telepathy and I say, "Would it be easier if you were able to..."
Oh, I dropped y'all.
Speak like this, communicating. Oh, rip.
I think it's back.
You back?
You said, would it be easier if I spoke to you like this?
Like this. And then, you know, I signaled to him and saying, like, you know, "I hope this doesn't startle you." And then I ask him telepathically, you know, "Would it be easier for you to speak like this?" With that mental link.
And he responds to you. He responds out loud. He's like, "It's not a matter of communication. It's just the premise of it. You know, I don't. Like I said, there's just a bunch going on right now, and I don't want to possibly get myself in any trouble. What do you need this for?"
And I before Mislo can speak, I kind of put my hand in front of her slightly, and I said, "Sir, I'm gonna have to apologize. You see, the truth of it is that I am responsible for the damage done to this great, magnificent piece of art. And since I'm a companion of Miss Lowe, it befalls on her that the damage that I've done might cause trouble to the person who's wearing it. Unfortunately, we don't know the identity of the person who's wearing it, and I'm sure that you would agree that if somebody was to wear that garment without knowing that it was damaged would look pretty bad to other people, and would look bad to the work that you've done. A lot of assumptions could be made off of this. And so Miss Lowe took it upon herself to help me fix the thing that fix the error that I made by trying to repay the humble person that is wearing this garment by gifting that person a new dress, a new piece of garment on my behalf. And it would reflect really bad on Miss Lowe, and I would be eternally grateful to you if you could do this for me as a humble servant, so as the name of the Lowes isn't tarnished.
Right.
I'm willing to make
I'm gonna let you make a presence roll, but I'm gonna spend a fear to give it a disadvantage. So you just gotta roll a d6 and subtract it. But you can definitely still get it. And that's just because as a merchant he has like shrewd negotiator, all sorts of crazy stuff.
I would like to spend 3 hope to negate that roll's consequence of intervening for my unique hope feature,
Okay.
Bard's Hope. And I'm assuming we're all in a shop, so proximity.
So, you're an ally. Okay, well you don't have to spend it yet, by the way.
Okay. Oh, okay.
When you are an ally close to you makes a presence roll and either succeeds with fear or fails, you can spend 3 hope to negate the bad consequences.
Okay. Gotcha.
But yeah, you don't have to do it beforehand and him just like,
oh,
crit. And it's like, oh, well, you negated the consequences.
Okay,
what
gotcha.
consequences?
Gotcha.
So, with that in mind, still roll with your disadvantage. But Tuglow has made it to where she's gonna step in and fill the cracks.
I'm gonna also use Tug's D4.
No, it's a D8.
D8?
But
Yeah, a rally.
Did y'all rally?
Rally
before?
is D8.
No, I haven't.
Oh, you haven't
Not gonna
rallied yet, so you can't.
Yeah, I
use
haven't
it.
rallied.
But she gave me the die.
It goes away on a long rest, and she has to give it back to you.
Yeah, it's like I gotta charge up the
Right.
die again,
It's okay, I have my prayer dice.
You can, and also you're kind of safe. Tuglow basically safety netted you, or has let you know that she's gonna safety net you.
Yeah, but if she can keep that, depending on the outcome of the roll,
Right.
we'll
Well,
see.
if you succeed, she doesn't have to.
Right.
I mean, who knows what's that's it.
Subjective to every person.
Just do it with disadvantage.
Alright, 20 with fear.
A 20 with fear.
Yeah.
Damn, what'd you roll?
That's what I'm saying.
Don't worry about it. I used some prayer dice and
What'd you roll?
I rolled 14.
With the -6.
Oh,
Roll a d6
is it-
and subtract. You have to do it separately, or maybe they'll do disadvantage. Did you hit disadvantage?
13, 14, 15. Okay, 16.
16. With fear, but Tuglow.
16 with fear.
Do you still want to spend your 3 hope to negate the fear?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll do that.
So Tuglow spends her 3 hope, and the 16. So he seems somewhat convinced about your story. But as a result of the fear, he was about to.
There's no fear. Oh,
Shut up, bitch! Let me talk. Damn! He was about to, motherfucker. He was about to. I love you. He was about to. He was basically starting to. He was like, oh well, you know, if somebody ripped it, they'll bring it in for me to get it repaired. You know, something along those lines. And Tuglow kind of interjects and like kind of is like, you know, basically backs up your story of, you know, like yeah, all this stuff really happened. You know me, you can trust me. Da da da. So with that, he kind of looks at, you know, after Tuglow kind of helps you nail it home. He kind of just gives all of you a look. And then in your mind, Tuglow, you hear, I understand that, you know, things might have gotten messed up, but this is a one-time thing. That color, that deep red crimson dye color, I've used extensively. You know, there's not enough for me to tell you exactly what piece of garment it was, but that is almost 100% a garment that I've made for House Windless. I like that one. Good name.
The House of Windless?
Windless, yep. You know, they're quite a large family. You know, which in Tuglow, you know who the Windlesses are. They were a prominent merchant family, and then several months to a year, say roughly a year before you left on your journey, Sir Windless was appointed to the Council of Advisors. So he's basically equal with your dad. He's like, I have I've made several garments for them. But if you'd like, I can inquire with them and let them know that I can repair whoever's cloak was damaged.
I look to Az.
Because he's been saying this in your mind, so Az hasn't heard this.
Oh.
Because he kind of went back to the mind, like I said, you heard in your mind, like,
Yeah.
here we go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, since he started divulging the shit he shouldn't, he went back to the mind. If the link was still there, he went back to it.
Yeah. The link was never broken, you know.
Right.
I thought you were saying that out loud for everybody.
He was saying that to you. Everybody else is just standing around while Tuglow and this dwarf are just staring at each other. He's taking a dump or something. And then he's like, this is odd. I've never done this before.
Well, you know, and, you know, in the mind, I tell him, you know, I appreciate his willingness to help us. And, you know, if, you know, if you would just give me a second to ask what my companion would like to do. since he's the one that kind of stepped on it and tore it up a little bit, I'd like to see what he wants to do. And, I'll just create a link with him so that way none of this is spoken out loud. But I do appreciate the information and the help. Give me 1 second. And so, I kind of cut that link with him, and I make a mental link with Az, and I'm like, hey man, I know who did it, or I know who this belongs to. He kind of told me, speaking telepathically, and he's asking, do you want him to tell the house whom it belongs to and inform them, like, hey, we heard a cloak got torn. Do you want us to do you want me to tell him yes to that? Or do you want me to... how would you like me to go about this?
I answer him in the mind, tell him that it's a question of pride. I will come back in a few days to commission a new one, so that it can be delivered to the person. But I want it to be done by myself, not by him. It's a question of pride.
Okay. And so I go back with Roundlore, and I say, apologies for the wait. My friend has made mentions that it's kind of a question of his pride, and that he would like to wait a couple days, and that if you want to give us a little bit of time, and then we'll get it commissioned, so that way we can kind of get that going ourselves, so that way you don't have to add any extra burden to yourself.
He responds, he's like, oh, sure, I could, how are you getting something different made for them? Not soon?
Right, we may be, it just depends, after we talk with them and see how they'd like reparations to be handled.
Oh, well, if you could, don't mention to them that you found out from me.
Oh, that was never going to be a thing. As far as I'm concerned,
Thank you.
I came here to ask you, and then I kind of pull it out to show him. And if anything, I've come here to ask you about what you think of this bear pelt that was made. Do you think that this is up to your quality or not? And I'm saying this part out loud, so that way, we don't have to have any, this is kind of like the, what's the word? It's, my alibi. This is the alibi. Like, hey, why did you come here? To show off this bear cloak.
Gotcha. Make a presence roll for me. This is an action roll. You're trying to deceive right now. Anybody that you're doing this as a countermeasure if someone's watching. So,
if someone's watching,
right?
Okay.
I'm not saying somebody is, but like what you just said is, I'm doing this in case of this, so let's roll for it.
Right. Okay. I don't think I have anything that can, be boosted up with anything based off of that description, so I'll just do my roll.
I could have sworn one of yours is literally to deceive.
No, that's my spell. That's the spell that I was like, oh yeah, I'm not going to I'm going to the Kings.
Oh,
and you were like, that's tomorrow.
Hey, bro.
I mean, Az had
this is the RP heavy part.
Right. Az had a very good, wrap around to getting into this situation. Right? So, hey, it is what it is. Here we go. Raw dog it. 16 with hope.
16, take your hope. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. So, with that, he's like, oh, like it's, you know, and you can tell he's kind of, let's see how well he can sell it. He's like, yes, it is a very nice bear pelt indeed. Because this is like y'all's cloaked, right?
Yeah.
And like, you can tell he's just sucking ass at trying to be. I mean, it's not a, I wouldn't say it's to a detriment necessarily, but
Right.
that was more rolling for funnies. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Not necessarily letting that dictate the freaking story.
Gotcha.
But anyway, you know, he kind of talks about the bear pelt and just compliments that it's a very nice bear pelt. It's really it.
Gotcha. Well,
And he's like, well, I hope to see you soon. I suppose with the, you know, what you're wanting to do, ready and prepared.
Yes, sir. You know, as soon as we have something, we'll make haste on a moment's notice and let you know, so that way we can start having that prepared.
Excellent.
Thank you very much for your time, Sir Ailstone. You know, it's always a pleasure and an honor to meet the one that's been providing, you know, my attire for, you know, my entire life.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure. Hope to make you some more. Come back and see me.
Oh, I most definitely will.
And he kind of, you know, gives a little dwarven bow.
And then, you know, I do the curtsy, and, you know, we make our way out. Unless Samlin or Az, you know, wants to buy or look at anything.
I'm good.
Hamlin as well. All right. What's next? You leave and you're standing in the kind of, you know, the upper end market area of Keelong. It's probably 9 o'clock, 9:30, you know, getting into late morning, but maybe not quite there, mid-morning.
Can we go back to, you know, I'm asking Samlin and Az, can we go back to my place so we can discuss this in private and out loud?
Yeah.
About
let's do
what
this.
I was told.
Sure, yeah.
All
Sounds
right.
like a great idea.
And we can have some little snacks while we're at it.
Oh, tea time!
Tea time, baby. You already know. So, you know, we'll go back to my house, and we'll go do that.
Okay.
I would assume that Tinkerly is not there. Maybe is he there? I don't know.
I don't know. Tinkerly a morning shopper, an evening shopper?
Definitely morning.
Okay, so he's not there.
Okay.
He
So
went
then, you
out
know,
to get his groceries and hopefully your potion supplies. You do see
Gotcha.
that as you come in, the paper that you left by the door is not there.
Perfect. So, you know, I just walk us all to the kitchen. It's adjacent to where the dining room is, and we kind of gather in there, and I just start getting some snacks from, you know, different places, the fridge, get the tea, get the little drinks.
You snacking, boy.
Yeah, you already know, baby.
Even in the game.
Some
he's
beverages,
snacking.
perhaps.
No alcohol. But we do have beverages. And, you know, I kind of get all these things, and, you know, we don't take it to the table. It's kind of more of a relaxed feeling. Just everything's in the kitchen. Just eating and snacking and drinking a little bit in there.
Cool.
And so, now that we're back home and I feel more at ease to speak, I kind of look to Samlin and Az, and, you know, guys, so Ralnor had told me, which is I don't know how to feel about this, and I feel like that's why, you know, my father had been taking so long to kind of study the cloth last night. It actually belongs to someone of a higher status, the Windless family. And about roughly a year before I departed, he had actually come up to the same status as my father. So now I don't really know how we should go about this, because I don't want to have any. I don't want to have any. With the keenest tomorrow.
Okay. Hold up, my shit froze up. What'd you say?
From what part?
Want to have any
Negative influences. From when we meet with the king, especially since one of his advisors may be having something out for us. While at the same time, I know who it is, or at least whose family it is. I just don't know really how to kind of go about this. So do y'all have any suggestions or ideas?
Maybe they were just surprised to see you home. If every family is keeping tab on every other family, like I suppose it happens in those high courts.
Yeah. Samlin almost said some Game of Thrones shit, but what's Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
No idea.
Samlin's like, I guess, yeah. I'm not too familiar with it, but you know. I think I saw like a play with some of that political drama in it one time. You know, pretty cool. Very
So if anything, I guess they were just curious to see what we were about. Since we went to the lower status places in that library or that bookshop. So
And
maybe
then when
nothing bad, yeah.
When you say that, it kind of clicks in my head. For every time that I had ever gone to the lower, the lower, I guess, circles or tiers of Keelong, one thing that we had always done as precautionary measure, whether it was with my mom or with Ifera, we had always left through a certain pathway from the courtyard, and we were always hidden as much as we could be, and we were cloaked, so that way our faces wouldn't show. And I guess because I had just gotten done, coming out of the tower or the temple of Emus, it had slipped my mind, and so now I'm curious if maybe there is something that
maybe we weren't incognito enough.
Right. I can't believe I let that kind of slip through. My apologies.
Maybe we confront them directly. We go to their place and we just spit out the fact that we know it's them, and ask why, and see how it goes. Maybe they have a decent reason. Maybe they were legitimately worried. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, in the way of how I guess nobles would do it instead of coming out clean with it, and I really hate doing this, we could actually do what we told Raunor we would do and just say, hey, it seems as if we may have torn one of, somebody's from your family's cloak, and that would kind of signal to them that we know without saying we know. And we could see if we could make reparations for it.
I mean, I'm not sure about reparations, but they did this to themselves. But at least we can gather and see what kind of reaction they have, and maybe see whose cloak is damaged at the same time.
I mean, that would work for me. I mean, I'd be okay
Or
with
maybe
that.
we can expose them at the king at the meeting tomorrow.
That is not
Say
anything. No, no. We will not do that.
We can just say we found this piece of clothes. We don't know who it belongs to, but somebody is definitely watching us, and then everybody would go towards the 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 windlass, since they would know. And they would be in a position where they have to explain for themselves why they are what they're doing, and we wouldn't know that it came from them because we're not supposed to know.
But if we were to confront this, bring drama to the court, if it goes terribly wrong, and then what if we lose access to vital information because of, bringing these squanderings into, the court?
But is it really a squandering? Would it be really a squandering, since you're just bringing up to court the fact that somebody is actively spying / looking out on another family? Is it decent?
Yes, because the biggest lie that I could easily tell if I were in that position would be, oh, I had seen them going down to the lower quarters. I was curious as to why, so I followed and watched them to make sure that nothing bad would happen to someone of high status. Because, had the Low's daughter been hurt or had been, kidnapped or whatever, situation, oh, the Windlass were there to save her, and now we are in a position to, kind of owe them something just for saving their daughter. But that is the easiest lie that I can come up with.
So the assumption would be that it was not ill-intended, or perhaps, if not ill-intended, politically motivated, but not in regards to you, but to your father.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so do we even need to bring this up to anyone?
Well,
Could just the options as are out now seem as that same one. It looks like our options are either confront fully, confront and lie, or the political drama style of we know, or hold it and
Say
possibly
nothing.
use it in court if we needed to, if we like. I mean, I don't see why I don't think we should just air it out, 100%. Because
I think we could
Tuglow
just keep
probably
it to
has the
ourselves and
best-
see if
probably has the best.
any reaction. Sorry?
Well, Tuglow probably has the best, insight when it comes to keeping things civil.
Yeah.
So now we could also enact the possibility of post getting what we need from the court. We could follow up on it. So
I would be more
after
inclined,
tomorrow. We could still
follow up
if we wanted to. But like
I would be
that
more
seems
inclined
like our
on that
paths
one.
right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the advantage on this. Let's not tip our hands early.
Right.
Sounds
I
like,
agree
damn,
with
I
that.
want to go to the casino.
Hey, I mean, well,
No, just 'cause he said
for the upper class people, not that I really partook in it. Ifera was a very disciplined tutor. I never really went there, but we do have casinos around here.
Well, maybe another day.
Okay.
Maybe when the god of this universe doesn't feel like doing anything, we'll have a casino day.
Heard. But yeah, I'm totally down to kind of use that after we get our information, so that way I feel like that's the best course of action.
So I guess we have the day to ourselves.
Indeed.
Well, we will take this moment to take a break,
Perfect.
and we'll just kind of pick back up there.
Okay. Oh shit!
Fucking way.
Yeah, he got
I'm
Venusaur
unmuting.
full art.
Because
Wait, what?
I'm just unmuting the stream
Oh.
because this is interesting.
So StarCraft got a full art Venusaur, full art Bulbasaur, full art Pidgeot, Weezing, and then Koga.
Wait, what were the first two?
Venusaur EX, full art, and Bulbasaur.
Oh, and
No,
Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur.
I thought you said
Bulbasaur, yeah.
Charizard, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I got.
And then he also
while I was
got
outside.
in a different pool. He got Gengar full art.
Got the
Oh,
Gengar EX
shit!
while I was outside.
Nice.
I swiped the right way.
Oh my god, you
Fire,
got
dude.
And then
Gengar.
I got this
Oh.
from a Wonder Pick.
Nice,
But
dude.
y'all
Good
check
shit.
out your Wonder Picks because the Gengar might be on there. Dude, his Shadowy Spellbond, as long as Pokemon's active spot, they can't use supporter cards. That's broken.
Yeah, Gengar is
Yeah.
so
That's
difficult
insane.
to play against if you take it out.
I mean, 170 HP, Spooky. He has a 100 hit attack. With 2 attacks, he kills anything. Pretty dang. Now I need another one. I was like, maybe I should. But it'll come with time. It'll come with time. I get 2 or 3 packs a day, whatever it is. I got the battle pass. You know?
Oh yeah, I still need to
Oh, bro. Even if you
confirm
don't,
that.
well, even if you're not paying for it, you gotta get the 2 weeks for free. It gives
Yeah,
you 2
I'm
weeks
on
for
the
free.
2 week right now. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So with that, we're looking
Looked at what?
the chat settings on, like the built-in Twitch chats.
Dude, he got a double Pidgeot full art. I'm jealous. I don't even have that one. It looks so good
I
too.
actually built a Pidgeot deck today that I was playing with. This is kind of funny. I actually played a couple of games. I did the Mankey Primeape. That shit slaps, dude. The Mankey Primeape.
Oh yeah.
He had Lapras EX. I ate that
Let's
shit
go,
up. Nom, nom, nom,
Graveler.
nom, nom. It was yummy.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
You can heal. I don't care. I'm hitting fast and hard. But the Pidgeot's cool because luckily I was playing against somebody else who was just playing regular cards. And so it was a very long game. But like it was basically Pidgeot, you're just swapping their Pokemon out, trying to keep the weakest one on field because you only do like 70 damage. Like Pidgeot was my strongest. But Pidgeot and Persian is the most annoying deck.
You're a bitch.
Dude, Persian, discard a card. Discard a card. That is so powerful in a game where you only have 2 copies. That is so powerful. Now, it hits for shit, but hey, you put that Meowth, get that extra draw. Persian, start discarding, motherfucker. You better kill me fast.
Bro, I told Baguette before I went to bed, I said, if you create a Persian build when I wake up, I will build something to fuck that over. And now that I hear one is out, I have to build something to fuck that over.
You're doing the
out of
strat.
spite.
The secret strat I told you. Something bothers you, just build the counter deck, man.
Out of spite.
Oh yeah, dude, let's go. Dude, trades are gonna be amazing.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, I got what's it called? I entered into a tournament for tomorrow, so I'm hyped.
Stream it.
We'll see. And before I just get knocked out of first round.
Hey,
stream's on for 20 minutes.
Anyway, all right, back to the game. That was a fun Pokemon discussion. So y'all just had your little afternoon, or excuse me, 11sies, whatever you want to call it.
Brunch.
Your tea time brunch.
Tea time?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you ate breakfast, went and did your errands, and now you're back discussing. What now? I mean, were y'all sure on your your discussion about seemed like what you're gonna hold on to it for now and
Yeah, we hold
Yeah,
on
yeah,
to the
yeah.
information for now. I
Cool.
say.
Yeah.
I say we
Samlin's
do-
on board.
So we have the whole day. Now to do some stuff.
I think Tuglow needs to do something, but if y'all need to do anything, more than welcome to have at it. If you want to go check on the armor stuff and see if your armor, like if you're actually going to be able to get some armor
I think
made.
he said that would take a couple of days, so
Well,
I'm
he
not
said
too worried about
he
doing
mainly
it.
said, if I recall, that he needed to speak to someone because it was from the dude that is making your parts. He's already on the parts making. But he said he would, get in touch with the armor guy, which I still haven't shored up any details of like what you're trying to get made or, and you do know that it takes time. Samlin says out loud, "Hey, are we gonna check on the armor or are we gonna do that tomorrow?"
I mean,
It's
yeah,
kind of
sure,
at this point we
let's
can
go.
do it. We can either do it now or we can just fucking skip to
Yeah.
whatever else we need to do, and then we'll fast track it if that's what y'all want to do.
no, let's go see what he has to say.
And I will say he directs you towards, he tells you that your parts are coming along well. Says, hello. Do you have a blacksmith?
A blacksmith,
Mhm.
like that's one that makes like weapons, right?
Works metal, yeah.
Works metal.
Which I mean, if you want them to be like a master weapon crafter, like if this is somebody from your neck of the woods, it makes sense that there would be like they may not be like necessarily a maker of instruments of war, but you could also be like, oh, I know this, spot in just the normal mercantile area of the city. Dude makes good shit, or
Hmm.
because that's basically whatever you come up with, I'm gonna say that's where the dude directs you to. Unless you
Okay.
just want me to come up, I got lists of shit. I can literally just pick some stuff off my lists. Just giving you the opportunity to have your hand in the
right.
creation.
Right. We'll send him to Extros.
Okay.
XTRO.
Wait. Spacklewolf.
Mhm.
He was the tinkerer, right? Is that correct, or am I incorrect?
Specklewolf.
Spacklewolf.
I mean, he was the guy that we went to in
For
the
Az's
beginning
barrels and
for
stuff?
Az's thing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So if that was a tinker shop,
Right.
then yes.
So
he
you
would
went
be
to
the-
Spacklewolf. Spacklewolf
Yeah.
smithing. The Spacklewolf, he was saying that, like, to work this kind of material, it might be, the next level up might be necessary.
Mhm.
And so he directs y'all to Extros, EXTROS.
Yeah, XTRO.
Owned by Tro, perhaps?
Mhm. Yes, indeed.
Okay. Where is Extros? Same level area? Is it more? Spacklewolf's was
Spackles was the mercantile-ish area, right?
like just the normal
Right. He would be
middle. Is
Yeah.
Extros like up in the next level? Is he
yeah,
down
he's
in
next
the
level up. Next
Okay.
level up. With more knowledge, with more skill and talent and hard work.
Extro
you know
is
that.
the blacksmith. Oftentimes, when the royal family has requests, he will take those on.
Yes.
As he is plugged into the affluent side of Keelong.
Yes. It's
What,
communities, right?
Ancestries. Are you trying to give him a
Ancestries.
race?
Yeah.
Ancestries.
Ancestries. Thank you. He is a gonna be so troll.
What is he?
He's a Galapa.
Okay, cool.
So while his skill is very refined, I feel like he may be a little bit slower.
Of course. So y'all approach, again, kind of with the same motif of most of the city. This very, like reddish, brownish, green, reddish, brownish, yellowish, orangish, whatever. Those fall basically autumn colored stone, but in like this nice area of town. They're all well worked and have intricate carvings and stuff. Extras, it's not. There is it's essentially like a large open air area in the back, where he has like his forge and stuff. Like it has a roof, but it is like the back is open. And as you come through the front door, where it's basically kind of like a smaller shop front, you come through, and there's a manner of more ornate weaponry, a lot of which looks like maybe it serves more decoration than function. But you can kind of, as you come in, there's like the counter there, you can kind of see through that open air area in the back where like the forge is located. Like the fire's roaring, and there's a couple of like helpers, probably students, you would have like people studying under this master to become, a blacksmith theirself. Probably like some rich merchant sons and stuff like that. People that are plugged into the nicer parts. But Extro himself is just kind of standing there, a large Galapa. He has like a nice, and it's kind of odd because he literally has like this really nice cloak over his entire shell. But he also has, he has pieces of ornate armor, like some shoulder pads and things like that to protect his limbs when they're exposed from his shell. And it's literally, it seems just to be a symbol of, oh, yo, I made this really nice stuff. You know what I'm saying? Very ceremonial styled. Very ceremonial, less perverted. Very ceremonial type armor, meant to look good. Maybe not, like I said, not quite as functional, but it's just meant to look really nice and be presentory. And as you come in, he's like, "Oh, welcome," and he like takes like a slow bow and comes back up. Like, what can I assist you with?
I curtsy as well, and then I look to Az.
He takes another slow bow.
I bow myself.
He takes another slow bow. And then Samlin's like, he bows, and he bows really slow again. He kind of approaches the counter, and he's like, what goods or services might I provide today?
May Izmir bless you, master.
He bows slowly again.
I was referred to you by an artisan called Specklewolf for some parts.
Yes. He spoke to me yesterday. The how do you say, exoskeletons of some rather large creatures you've come by?
This, yes, that's one of the items, yes. Miss Lowe, if you would like to expose what your ideas were and to inquire about...
Let me see.
I'm exposed.
Oh my god. He slowly puts his hand.
With this hard shell for the
Right. So essentially, it was like what, like the head, kind of the head pieces of.
Yeah. Of the sand burrower.
burrower. So it's just like thick chitinous plate, basically. Naturally grown. How much of it did y'all have? Because I think you both.
I have the whole head.
You both got pieces. So you took like, I mean, the whole head.
Yeah, that's what I have on my note.
Logistically, how did you get the head here?
Cart.
Cart?
Yeah, the cart.
Oh, the cart. We left the cart.
I put it in the bag, bro. It was on the cart.
Everything in the bag.
It was on the cart to Thistlebridge, and then we slapped everything in the bag. The bag of holding.
Y'all really stretching this bag out.
Hey, man, we'll see. You know, it may be a bag, you know, however big. But then when you go into it, it's like the Taj Mahal on the inside.
So we'll say, somehow logistically, y'all got this huge head and what? Because the thing is, I thought y'all had more.
Baguette got some stuff. I just took the head.
When Baguette, I think, carved like a big piece off the back. Right?
Yeah, you know, I sized it down to manageable parts that can fit into the bag on purpose.
Oh, you cut it up? Tisk. I'm just kidding. So you present the parts, and he's like, "So what are you looking to get?"
Well, currently right now I have, and I show him this improved round shield. I was hoping that I could have something that would be of higher quality, of higher durability, of you know, something improved on this round shield to aid me in my adventures.
Okay. What about you, Mr.
I was not really inquiring specifically about these parts that could be used for armor, but about the other parts. Have you heard about Specklewolf for a barrel?
Oh yes, yeah, that is that's coming along nicely. It should be done here in several days. That's no issue.
That's no issue.
Yeah.
Would you be able to also work out the rifling inside the barrel?
You would have to perhaps explain kind of what you mean by that, but yeah. After you kind of explain that a little more, essentially you basically, just to save time, you kind of tell them what do you mean by rifling, because like I would say most of the time it's not necessarily a common practice. The guns are a little more primitive, you know.
Okay.
But you kind of explain to them, because it is done in like cannons sometimes, because it's very easy in something that large to put rifling, but in a barrel for like a smaller gun, it's like kind of challenging given the, you know, non-modern machinery. He's like, yeah, I think I could do that. It would cause a little price increase, but I'd say for 200 extra, I could definitely get that done for you as well. And you know, Specklewolf is that in what you gave Specklewolf already. This was included, but he didn't mention such an intricate, you know, part of the barrel design.
This is why I directly came to the master to inquire about such specific details that only one with as much knowledge as yourself could possibly understand.
Right. And he
fastest response ever from a gallop at them.
Do you give him the money?
If he do you require the money right now or on delivery? Because Specklewolf,
considering it'll be
didn't tell me
done in well, you already paid Specklewolf.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Because he just said that like the basic barrel was kind of included in what Spackle Wolf had charged you already. And you basically kind of commissioned someone else to make the barrel. Is kind of what had happened. But yeah, he's like, yeah, I mean, it'll be done in just a matter of a couple of days. So, that stuff like that has to be done in the making process, which we're sourcing and getting the proper amount of material right now. So payment would be appreciated. 200.
Just a moment. So I give you 2
Baggies.
bags.
Yes,
And
don't forget to add your 2 handfuls that you stole from Samlin.
I didn't stole it. I didn't stole it.
Oh, hey, Samlin, you want to gamble? Yes. I love how Samlin just randomly loves gambling.
Is that a Sibian thing?
No, that's a player thing. But I don't gamble, so
Yeah.
rolling dice in the game is the closest I get.
Right. Ed gotcha.
Well, yeah, sometimes I try not to do too much. Not like I used
Where
to.
is it?
Oh, let me find Tuglow. You.
Shield.
What kind of possibly for you? Equipment. It's insane. You have a 4 round shield. Is that kind of like what you're looking for?
Improved round shield is what I have right now.
Right.
Anything that is an increase, an upgrade.
Trying to compare.
Okay.
What? Me?
No, like Baguette was saying, or Az was saying, if you need all of it, that's fine. But I was saying you definitely don't need all of it.
If he needs some of it, he's more than welcome to.
Right, that's what I was just saying. Like,
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now.
Nothing crazy. Like, you're not gonna be able to get anything crazy. But like, and he's kind of talking to you. He's like, I could fashion a buckler. A round shield that's more advanced than the one you have now. Haha. As far as any.
Where could I look? Equipment. What is evasion?
That's the hit. Like when
Oh,
roll
I
the
see
die
that.
and I
Okay,
say,
okay.
Yo,
Okay.
does a something hit? You look at your evasion.
Gotcha.
can probably make armors. There's something else that you maybe think of? Tell you if it can be done?
Legendary round shield.
Legendary round shield?
Nah.
Make it where I don't worry about giving you a shield again. Extra armor.
Yeah. It also depends on how much it's gonna cost.
I'll say improved. Probably, or excuse me. Probably what. I'll find another bonus. Let me look up the creature.
It was. You said the improved round shield. No, advanced.
No, advanced. That you just did what I did.
Yeah.
Advanced round shield.
Oh.
Man, y'all been talking about making armor with.
Since August.
I know. Y'all better come on with it. It had been August.
Hey. What do you mean?
Is it August when you got it?
Yeah. Sandburrower. I have a whole head from this beetle from, and then this note was taken August 6, 2024.
Well, yeah, I've made y'all wait a long.
How much money do I got?
What was it? What was the thing called?
Sandburrower.
Not here.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh.
Maybe you found it?
It's called an acid burrow. Baguette, what you got?
I mean, I never thought about doing anything with that scale arm, with those scales. I've never actually thought about it because that was Tug's idea.
Yeah.
So I never really thought about it.
Oh no, I was just there for the head, because I know I needed another shield. A brother knew eventually I would need a new shield. Lord knows I barely use it, but maybe with this shield I'll slap some folks with it and just on them.
As you're sitting there talking to him about these, these ideas and stuff, and y'all kind of like, he's pulled some stools over and you're all gathered around the counter, and he's actually brought out a couple like blueprint styles, and he's like, oh, we could do something like this. He's like, he starts talking like he knows about, exotic creatures, and you understand like, okay, this dude does have skills. He's not just some slow old tortoise guy. Like
Yeah.
he knows. He's like, oh, this is from the Sandburr. It will any armor you make from it will have like be resistant to acid. So I would say if we come up against something that uses acid, like if you fought another acid burrower, I would let you, resist the damage from it, because that's one very small type of damage that, I think it'd be fair to just be like, yeah, you can be resistant to that, As far as the shield, he kind of explains how, like for using the headpiece specifically, he's like, I can use this to make you a shield, super lightweight. It is, it'll be an improvement over what you got now. Not sure if it would be 1 or 2 extra armors. It just depends. And then he's like, and it will be light enough for you to use in combat. And essentially on the shield, I'd give you the earth eruption action from the acid burrower, except way toned down. You can mark a stress and essentially shield bash up to, let's say, 2 enemies in melee, and they're vulnerable until they next act.
Oh shit!
Now you have to roll to, well, I would say you have to roll to attack with it to do that as well.
Right.
But as a result, you can mark a stress, and like once you hit them with it, I'll let I'm not gonna say, oh, spin the stress and then try to roll. You roll, and if you hit, you can mark the stress and make them vulnerable.
Okay, heard. That would actually be really nice, because
Which, I mean, on you, it's not going to get super abused because you're never, you tend to stay away. But it, that might help you out if you get in a sticky situation.
Right. Well, especially like when we were underwater and I can't really use fire.
Right.
That would have been awesome. Yeah, I would definitely be interested in something of that caliber of usage. What kind of a price were you looking for it?
On that, bro, how much gold you got?
Bro,
actually, it's 1,000 gold. 700 is what he says.
I don't got 700 on me. Well, I have a chest, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be split between all of us, right?
No, that's your chest. I also have one, and Samlin has one.
Right, we gave it to you because we both have a chest of gold. Because that was from Pormog. Remember? We were just like, yeah, you can have it. We both got money. I mean, me and Az just gambling with our shit. Like, we got our shit set. You the broke one. And guess what? He's broke again. Well, 700, and you have it, You're more than welcome to...
To be honest, we don't have the opportunity to spend our gold that often, so...
And that is true.
I have other ideas, man.
I'm not a very, hey, spend all your gold style with stuff, I think that's kind of lame.
Personally, if you could do 600.
What percent? What percent is that? 15? Around, or is it more than 15%?
What?
100 out of 700, 1/7 in a percent.
Well, you would do 70. And then
Yeah, 7's a hard one, dude, because it's right in the middle of 10 and 5.
Yeah. 7, and then you need 30.
Or you do times
It's
3.
like a
3/20ths almost. 3/21s.
yeah.
You can do that times 5. Yeah, it's 15. It's about 15.
Yeah, it's about 15. Yeah.
15%. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
About 15.
Make your rolls.
Okay, you already know. Presence. An advantage. Let's see. Impress, persuade. Am I persuading you for
Bargaining, persuading me to give you a lower price.
all right, yeah, then
you do have,
I'll use
you have your highborn privilege.
Right. I'll use a Heart of a Poet as well.
Okay, so you got advantage
Oops.
and a D4. You still didn't give anybody rally, so you can't use rally.
That's fine. Presence, advantage, D4, and mark a hope out.
What'd you get? Good or bad?
Crit, my brother.
Crit? Okay. I was like, as long as you beat a 15, you got it.
Yeah, I got double 6 and then 4 on everything else.
Nice.
So I rolled a 24, but I crit.
Well, yeah, the number, once you crit, the number doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
Part.
Yeah. I mean,
Crit,
hey, if you
crit just means yes. Clear a stress. Take a hope.
Oh, I do get a hope back. Yeah, let's go.
And he's like, because y'all been sitting there talking for like an hour probably, and he's like, oh well.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? Absolutely. It's been a pleasure to sit and really go over stuff with people. I think I can do 600.
That works for me. You know, I've enjoyed
this is going to take a little bit. I'd say maybe 4 to 5 days. Is that okay?
That works.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Of course.
Well, then I'll,
you said
I'll take this, and he kind of takes
right?
the piece. 600. Quit trying to be
Or
slick.
600. Sorry.
Quit trying to be slick.
Sorry.
He takes the piece and sits it over. This man.
I gotta figure out how to do this.
His real side's coming out.
Okay,
basically unmark your chest and add 400 to what you got. Because the chest is 1,000. You're spending 600. Take your chest off and add 400 to what you got.
Smart man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why I'm here.
Okay.
Cool.
And so, hold on, let me write that in my note. Well, today's what, the 12th, right? 12th of Effie?
It's 12. It's now 12.
Extra shop.
When it comes to me, I would tell him if there is any way to improve my already improved full plate armor, to replace some parts of it. So from my understanding of what this scale is, it's both durable and light. So if you can replace some parts of my full plate armor with this, it might improve it, not in durability, but in weight, which would in turn allows me to either like instead of being -2 to evasion and -1 to agility, it could be like -1 and -1, or -2
Right, I get what
and
you're
no
saying.
loss. So
let me look. It's honestly, what's one more evasion?
Nah, shit all for him.
No, but it will. It actually will help sometimes. But
Yeah.
I'm saying that's not, basically what I was saying is that's not crazy to ask for. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. No, not at all. Not at all.
So you currently have what? Improved?
like if you can,
What do you
there's
have
enough
now?
material to do both the armor and
Well,
the shield. I have improved tower shield and improved full plate armor.
Probably not enough to do a tower. Tower shield's big. That's a big chunk.
Yeah.
Does he need anything?
It was
from
probably
the
a
head?
choice between Tuglow shield or making like maybe a tower shield.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, just the armor.
But the armor itself
would be nice.
Yeah. What do you have now? Improved plate?
improved full plate
So
armor.
you're 7. Wait, 7. Look, let me.
Man said, "Let me cook real quick."
You know what? He says yes. I would need you for a day probably to complete this. You will essentially be out of commission for a whole day.
Would
but
today be
not today.
a good
It's
day?
already too late. This would be something where I would probably
Okay.
need you to show up at sunrise and you'd be here till sunset.
Okay.
Damn.
So, and then he's like, and I have things I need to prepare for tomorrow as well. So, we can just, how about the day after tomorrow? Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
So sounds good.
Price on that. I'm gonna say 800, and it would basically give you advanced chainmail, which is gonna be just you get an extra evasion and you no longer have your -1 agility.
But it's still same armor score?
Same armor score, yep.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to the price, I already have spent 800 with him. I'm giving him a lot of business. You know?
You spent 200 extra, and then some of
Yeah,
the
but
barrel
total
money.
is 800, and this would be 800 on top.
Well, you're more than welcome to attempt to persuade him, Mr. Az, if you'd like to.
I will try. I will. I'd say, my good sir, your work is highly appreciated. Now you're bringing up a very good point about this armor and this specific material being used to improve myself, and I do really appreciate that. On the other hand, even though I'm willing to pay a fair price for all of this, and especially for your work and your expertise, it would seem logical that with the amount of orders that I'm giving you, you would do a gesture. I'm not asking for a lot, but just a gesture so that it's not as heavy on my purse, but stays fair for you.
And he kind of looks at you and he's like, "What are you thinking?"
50 gold.
Not a fucking chance.
No, I mean 50 gold less.
Oh.
50 golds off.
Bro,
sir, I would not ask more of you. It would be
I
disrespectful.
was like, this
to
man
you
wants
and
the
your-
99% discount. I don't think
Bro,
your
I
dice
would-
go that high, brother.
Bro, I wish I had the nuts to ask for that and then get a crit.
Bruh.
Jesus.
No, that's something that you don't even get to roll for, okay? Because that would not happen. Yeah, you can roll for 50 gold off, absolutely. So this is for 750.
Yes.
That's, I mean, hey, couldn't be me.
No,
You
because
know-
I have a, we're both. I assume he is.
Uh-oh.
Of his mirrors up in price, but not too much that he thinks that I'm trying to be disrespectful to him.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I would presents.
Yes.
Yeah.
19 with fear.
With fear. I'll take the fear. But he's like 50, yeah, absolutely. So 750.
Thank you very much. 750.
So if you want to go ahead and mark that, Tuglow, mark yours. And
Yes.
in a couple of days, y'all will be able to retrieve your goods or have your goods put on you, as it were. And he kind of takes the rest of the pieces and he's like, I'll give you any scraps left if you want, but we'll probably end up using most of it.
Do as you need, my good sir.
Good deal.
And you know, if the scraps mean that we get a little bit more discount, hey, I'm more than willing to accept that.
He's like, at that point, they're kind of waste. So,
Oh,
you know,
okay. Gotcha.
if you want to give them to me, I mean, I'll try to find a use for them, but the use may be a door stopper.
Hey, you know, you got it.
He's like, well, I appreciate your business, Miss Lowe. Heard a lot about your family. Know your father pretty well. I've met Rodessa a couple times. They're lovely folks. Pleasure to do business with you and your troop. What do you call yourself?
Hold on, I'm busy right now. I cannot answer.
Bro, I just thought of something cool, but I'm not gonna say it. I want y'all to come up with it.
Bro, you okay? At least say it if you're not gonna give it to us, though.
I mean, well, and also, well, you know, people might think it's from like Star Rail or something, but the Nameless is just such a cool name.
Bro, for as many times as we've been asked, what are we called, and we don't have an
You've
answer.
never had an answer.
Yeah.
You've
That's
been
true, that's
nameless this whole time.
Yeah. I mean, the shoe fits so well.
But if y'all want to come up with something, please do. And that's what he says. He's like, oh, you know,
It's
back
funny
in my
to
day,
have,
me and the rowdy rousers, we used to get out and, you know, go on adventures and things like that. So a name is important, something you should treasure.
Oh, by the way, Master.
Oh.
And I take out the little pamphlet that I found in the bookshop about cannonballs and cannons and everything, and I show it to him. And I said, Master, I found this in an old bookstore, and I'm sure you must be familiar with this. I am trying with this barrel that you're making and the mechanisms from Specklewolf. I will finally be able to complete my design, and I've worked on this for a very, very, very long time. It's a long time coming. The only part that remains is the ammunition that I'm going to use with it. Now, I show him the blunderbuss. I said, you're familiar with this type of design.
I've seen it a few times. I'm not too, you know, haven't made a ton of them, but yes, absolutely. I know what you're. Continue.
Now, I was trying to find a way to make a smaller version of those explosive cannonballs. So that it could be used besides the normal ammunition that I would use for my blunderbuss. Now, obviously, those would be larger because it's for a bigger musket, so it's a heftier weapon. But besides those ammunitions that I'm gonna be making myself, I would like you to ponder if you have any ideas or designs that will allow to make miniature explosive bullets. And how would I go about this? And I have this idea from the pamphlet that I found out.
Well, what's your idea?
My idea is to have explosive bullets.
Oh. Okay, cool. Based. He's like, yeah,
and you remember, it's the just to finish it up. It's the side thing of, you know, you have like a pouch of a set number of those. It's not infinite ammunition, and you said, oh, if it's this, then, you know, we can make it work where, you know, like, I don't know, you have 8 or you have 6 or whatever, and on a bandolier or something like that.
And he's like, I've thought, are you familiar with things of arcane nature?
Not really. I am acquainted with magic.
He looks at your glowing wings. No, I'm just kidding. He he's like,
they're closed now. They're closed.
I don't know, I was just kidding.
Yeah.
He says there are bowstrings and quivers that can be enchanted to give properties to items. The main issue with like explosive things in the aspect of minimizing them, like, and he's like pointing in the pamphlet and stuff, he's like, you know, it's large enough, a cannonball is large enough to make a hollow metal spear strong enough to withstand being shot and then exploding, but it's not so thick that it can explode. With a bullet, we just don't have quite the, you know, the capabilities to minimize it to that scale. But you could possibly do something arcane. You could possibly enchant the barrel. And I've seen, like, with these quivers that, you know, you can use them X amount of times a day, and then, you know, at the end of the day, when you have a long time, you can re-channel the power back into it. And so, you know, possibly you could go for something along this route, which that would be enchanting, which would be, you know,
significantly.
Well, it something as simple as that may not be as bad. It just depends. And then if you get creative with ammunition combined with, you know, there's all sorts of things you could try. But I think the most feasible one, without somehow making a way to make the ammunition, because as far as I know, there's no available technologies to do something that small and precise.
Then I will think on it, and I'll get back to you on that whenever we meet in 2 days, for the armor saying.
Okay.
And with this, my business is done. Thank you very much.
Cool deal. And y'all's business is done. What next?
We need to just make a quick recap on the money. I marked mine, but I wonder if we had any more on in that bag, and especially in that chest. I don't remember, and I don't think I marked it.
Well, we have all the gold that we have is marked. I think there was some in the bag that y'all haven't like went through and like tried to get gold out of the bag. I don't.
Oh no, yeah, we haven't touched any of that. Did you talk about from the Kraken?
The chest too.
Huh? What chest?
The Kraken chest.
The Kraken chest.
We literally put a chest of gold inside the chest that is empty, and I don't know if we fetched it.
Because Pormog, are you talking about the one that Pormog gave you? The chest of gold he gave you as a reward?
No, this was given to Tug, if I'm correct. Because he was the only one without. It's before that. It's shoot.
It's like y'all found a chest that, like, you have like a chest that gives you consumables. Is that what y'all are talking about?
Talking about this.
Yeah, y'all.
I completely forgot. We have something. Hold on. Where is it?
Is that what y'all are talking about, though?
No, it's not what I'm talking about. But since I've unmarked it, it might as well not exist. What about this thing that we got that we can roll for?
Right, that's
oh
what
yeah,
I'm-
the thing of many
Chest of
many goods or something like that. Where is it?
box of mini goods is number 34 on the list. A small box that can be opened once per long rest. When it is, roll a d12.
Roll a
And
d12.
based on what you roll. Yeah, go back to
Rolling.
Tuglow's house. And you run to the
Yes.
chest after remembering, oh my god, we got this chest.
Yeah.
What?
You know, one can be good.
One's not good. What'd you get?
We can 3.
Okay. 1 through 6, it's empty. 7 through 10, you get 1 item. 11 to 12, you get 2.
Right,
So
that
essentially
is what it
50% of the time you're just not going to get. Which, yeah, it is what it is. Just remember to do it every time you long rest. Cool. Anything else?
Very true.
It's probably about
Um,
noon time. Tinkeredly has made his way back to the house.
Ooh.
With
Oh,
your
you know
potion
what?
stuff.
Let me try something. I will put my hand in the bag.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna say, give me a star drop.
You don't pull anything.
Okay.
Unless you put the one you got in there.
No.
Okay.
No.
No, there's nothing in there.
Give me gold.
You pull out a handful of gold.
Oh.
Give me more gold.
You pull out another handful of gold.
The fuck?
Hey, let me try that.
Hold on.
Okay.
How many times y'all can do this?
I don't even know what we're doing. I
I don't even know.
don't
Alright.
even know what bag we're reaching into.
This
I
is
reach
the
in.
bag of many things, or like your bag of holding. When you originally got it, remember you got it from like some person who didn't even give a fuck.
Yeah,
It was just like
yeah.
literally a stereotypical thrift shop owner. And I think y'all even pulled gold out in the store, and you were like, "It has gold in it," and they were like, "I don't fucking care," you know. They were
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Dude, do you
yeah.
want to buy it or not?"
Yeah. I reach for gold.
All right, you pull out a handful of gold.
That gives me a bag. What's the potion that it's called where?
Samlin reaches in and pulls out a handful of gold.
There you go. It's like a potion of something where it can mark like clear some stress.
Oh, I got those.
What's it called?
It's a stamina potion.
I reach in
Yes.
looking for a stamina potion.
You don't get one.
Damn. Isn't there a potion that refills hope?
No. There are the leaves that you got that were sealed in the jars under the earth.
Ah,
Those
yeah,
really
okay.
poke.
I reach in looking for Varric leaves.
Nope.
Damn. You know what? At this point, I just kind of like, do the hand gesture that Rodessa and my family know, and I call for Tinkeredly while we're doing this, and I'm gonna ask him, if he was able to procure the ingredients that I had asked.
Yes, he was able to get you I'd say enough for two potions worth. He got you 80 gold worth of ingredients. Salmon reaches in and grabs another handful of gold out of the bag.
How many gold is in
You know
there?
what? I'm reaching in for more gold.
Tuglow pulls out a handful of gold.
That's what I like to hear. Samlin, you want to go again?
Sure. Samlin reaches in and pulls out a handful of gold.
I also want to pull out a handful of gold.
You pull out one coin.
But, well, while y'all are doing this, and since after seeing the one coin, is there anything else that we need to do for the day, fellas?
Samlin's like, no, I ain't got nothing.
Is there anything that you need or that you wanted to do?
Not really. I have in the back of my head the jewel mines of Keelong. I've been holding it for a long time, since we first spoke about it.
Oh, what?
But apart from this,
Okay.
I think it's a thing for later. But no, I'm good.
Well, yeah, like the actual mines aren't anywhere near the city, I would say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so anything else y'all need to do today?
I need to talk to Rodessa, and that's really it.
Okay. So
Because she told me to come back to her tomorrow.
As
I'm gonna start a new project and take the remaining of the day to try and figure it out.
Okay. A little time goes by. Y'all like kind of sitting around talking about the events and issues on your plates. Everybody kind of dies down as begins sketching and working on some stuff that he maybe wants to do. Samlin's like, I think I'm gonna go for like a walk. Relax a little bit. So he kind of takes his leave. Tuglow, you're left sitting there, and you're like, well, guess I'll go talk to my mom. So you go and
Hell yeah.
make your way to her study. You knock on the door and you enter, and there she is. Oh, Tug, what's up? Are you ready for our continuation?
I most certainly am.
Okay, give me just a moment. Wait for me down, at the front, if you don't mind.
Sure, I'll head over there.
Rodessa takes 2,000 hours to get ready.
Ah!
All right, so, she takes a few minutes, and before you leave, she's like, get a good cloak. Try to be inconspicuous if you can, like when we used to go down to the other areas.
Okay.
So a few minutes you leave and you go find you like an overcloak of some kind. Maybe Az would let you borrow the Chaos Cloak. You never know.
That's what I was thinking, honestly.
Gotta ask.
She tells me this, and I go to my room and sift through my closet looking for the old robe old cloak that we would use to kind of leave out of the house just for nostalgia's sake. And then I go to our meeting spot where we typically leave before we would go down to other places.
All right, so a couple minutes goes by and she meets you there and she's like, all right, just stick close. Let's head that way.
Okay.
What? Is there a library in Keelong?
I mean,
there is a library in Keelong. If you'd like to name it or have any opinions of it, now is your chance.
well, I mean, aside of Rotsots Reads.
Right. Well, that's a bookstore, not a library.
Okay.
You know?
We'll say you got a name. Give me
Oh,
one.
I mean, it's just the Library of Keelong. I'm saying if
Oh,
you
yeah,
want to
that
have an
works.
opinion of it or anything like that, like, hey, did you spend a lot of time here?
Oh,
I'm just kind of giving you like a heads up. Like, this is where.
gotcha.
Yeah, it's like middle city kind of type stuff.
Okay. I would feel fairly confident that I've been here several times to do studies.
Mm-hmm.
It's not anything that I frequent like every day or
Right.
but I would definitely say 5 to 7 times a month.
Gotcha.
Maybe I come down here. And I've
Um.
come here with Afera as well. So.
Right. And you recognize as y'all begin to approach the library, as you kind of move down a tier into the city, into like the more mercantile area, and then there's like the worship area, and then on the other side of that, there's like maybe like an education area, you could say. That's a little more devoted to like the arts and thoughts and stuff like that. And it's like like the middle parts of the city are where the two classes kind of intermingle, and like art is one of those things where it's like people love art,
Right.
and other people like to make art to sell it to rich people. And then education is like one of those things where it's like and that it's sometimes it may be more of a facade than it really is. It's like, yeah, they have like schooling of sorts, but is it actually good schooling? Are they really trying to make these people smarter? Like, because if they're smarter, they could, opinions about being poor. So it's like kind of maybe it may be more of a show, but the library is a good resource for people, and it's typically mostly used by the middle and upper classes. But so y'all make your way to the library, and as you kind of you come in, and like there's a receptionist that kind of nods and kind of takes notice of your mom, and your mom kind of like just pulls her hood back for a second and like speaks to her kind of in a hushed tone where you can't really hear unless you intend to listen in hardcore. And she's like, the lady kind of shakes her head and like gets up from the desk with a ring of keys and kind of tells the lady behind her like, oh hey, seems like she's like telling her she's leaving the desk, and that y'all begin to walk through this fairly good sized like library, and it's not overly ornate, but it's not run down. It's nice, city funded, like I said. Possibly a way to try to pacify the lower classes by like saying, what are you talking about? We totally make a library and give you all this information. But y'all like go down this aisle of books, and you're passing you're kind of in like the history section, and and you go down this long corridor of books, and then you get to the end, and there's like a gated section, and the librarian receptionist unlocks the gate and opens it, and your mom steps through and like beckons you to come with her.
So I follow behind her.
And as you follow behind, the receptionist closes and locks the door back and pulls the key and then like walks away. And your mom, seeing that look on your face, is like, it's nothing to be concerned about. It's just protocol. And she continues walking, and she kind of walks by and grabs like a lantern that's magically lit, and she like presses, like, just kind of puts her hand on like a rune, and it presses it, and the magic light comes on in this lantern as y'all begin walking. You can see this is like you see names of like historical figures that you might have heard of, like Leslie Lionel Hammer, Stan Wilfred York, just heroes of the past. Also, that Gareth Lavajaw, a tyrannical barbarian that once raised the lands. There's just like a multitude of how do you say? Just like it's a history on people.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of, as you're going through, like A, B, C, L, M, N, X, Y, you get to the Z's. And your mom kind of reaches up towards the beginning of the Z section and pulls out a tome. And on the book it says Zandifer. And she just, as she's sitting there holding the book, she like looks at you, and there's almost like heartbreak and sorrow in her eyes. As she's like, I know how much he meant to you and meant to everybody, but there's a reason why some things aren't told to the public. She kind of opens the book, and the book recounts, in the beginning of the book, as she's like thumbing through, you catch in the titles of a lot of stories that you heard of how, like Zandifer slays, the freaking Kraken, and like all sorts of like stories that you grew up reading about his tales, with his different troops. And then it like kind of gets to a different part of the book. Cause like, most people just kind of assume that Zandifer just, everybody stopped hearing from him. It was kind of a thing of, he probably retired and is living quietly somewhere. But your mom begins to recount the story of how at the end of the Third Era, Zandifer essentially was labeled as a traitor. And because of his involvement in what is essentially lichdom, he was trying to live forever by any cost necessary, and is said to have played a large hand in the releasing of the dark forces that aided the dynasty in them trying to take back control of their lands. And it kind of recounts like the stories of like one or two people who got away from him that were able to come back and give this information. Wherein, every other member of their party was unmercifully slaughtered by Zandifer in his quest for power. And so, just kind of is going through the bad parts about Zandifer. And it is essentially assumed that in the final recount by Barnaby Clement Theobald, he managed to get away, but, you know, in a party of 6, he's the only one that got away, as the other 5, like, sacrificed their lives to attempt to seal away Zandifer, because he had essentially become immortal at that point. Like, you know, kind of like it's undying, live forever style stuff. But they had managed to weaken and injure him, but he never was able to confirm whether or not they succeeded. This man's typing so furiously right now. I could just see
that
him.
moment,
I could just see him. He's
behind Tug and his mom. Az just uncloaks and he's like, "Damn, that was interesting." Wow,
Oh, Lord.
shit, that was.
Wouldn't that be something? Oh man, that'd be funny. And so your mom just kind of looks at you. Oop, messed up my stuff. Your mom kind of looks at you and it's just like, I'm so sorry that, you know, we didn't tell you the truth sooner, but he's one of the figures of society that we try to remember the good parts because they inspire so many. And the bad part's just really bad.
Well, I kind of taken aback by this sudden realization of who this person was. I kind of solemnly look to my mother and tell her, you know, it's not anything that I feel that you should apologize about. For one who can bring such inspiration to the masses, truly is a feat worth continuing and telling the story of. And to know, it almost feels as if this has given me closure to kind of understand like why things stop. You know, it feels almost abruptly. And if anything, you know, just because Barnaby Clement Theobald was able to survive, you know, it doesn't mean that, you know, Zandifer is, you know, completely sealed away, or, you know, what if he has learned some different kind of magic to go to a different plane, you know? So let me ask you, is the order created, or is the order around with the purpose of finding out his whereabouts and possibly stopping him or doing something about all of this?
No trade secrets, but it is our intention to keep an eye ready if something were to happen.
And I kind of almost feel like a sense of fulfillment, of like of eureka type of moment. And I kind of, you know, look to Rhodessa almost as if it's like there's this longing for like this is what I feel I'm destined to do. And I look at her and tell her, if there is any way for me to be a part of this, I feel it's almost as if the goddess Emis has sent me for this purpose. Is there any way, for me to get on this path to start getting familiar or initiated or acquainted with the order and its secrets to pursue this fabled tale of such an incredible legend, that I can record this story, not necessarily for the public, but more for Emis herself.
Your mom, she kind of takes a deep sigh. She's just like, order this and order that. That's all I've been hearing about for the past 20 years. I never really wanted you to go down this path. Simply because I see you're so bright that I just worry that you'll be used as an instrument. Make sure that you're playing your own tune. She's like, she kind of takes you, she kind of like puts her arm into your arm, like kind of locking arm.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, come with me. Y'all kind of go off. You get to the gate and she pulls a little string and you hear just like the slightest little bell, like all the way at the front desk. So you're like, there's either a really long string or it's a little magic something. And then one of the ladies comes back with the key, unlocks, lets you out, relocks. And then Rhodessa kind of leans over and whispers in her ear. She kind of like, this time, not in the public eye, she takes a deeper bow. Like showing more respect in a weird way. Pick up on that subtlety as she leads you out into the open area of the library. Because essentially the way I imagine the library, you come in, desk, bookshelves. And then like in the corners, there's stairs that lead to an upstairs. So y'all come out from like what would be, if you come in the front door, the left side. I'll come back through out into the center. And she then kind of walks y'all to the staircase as you and Rhodessa continue up the staircase.
Okay.
At the top, there's like a large double door. And Rhodessa pulls a key from her cloak, unlocks it. And actually, no. There is a large double door. You enter it. It's another like smaller library. She walks over to one of the bookshelves and pulls a book out. She like reaches in the back and like fiddles with something, and a small hole opens on the side of the bookshelf. She puts the key in there and opens it. The bookshelf is like a door. And it kind of, before she does all this, she looks around. Make a never mind.
Okay.
She opens the door, bookcase swings open, dark hallway, kind of leading down, sharply curving, so it's like immediately spiraling down. Leads you down. You walk down, you feel like you have essentially dropped like you feel like you're walking down, and you're like, all right, this is probably, I feel like I'm on what would be the first floor. And you like go down into what would be like under, deeper. And you come into an opening, and you see several people sitting around, conversing, talking, as they all kind of quickly look over. And you see them clock Rodessa, and then they immediately look at you with like, what is she doing here?
Mm-hmm.
And your mom kind of, steps forward. She's like, I'm here to submit Tuglow become a member of the Order of the White Sun. And there are a few like murmurs that come out, and then this like elder figure kind of gets up from a desk in the back corner. You didn't really notice him at first, with the creaking of the desk and their bones. You hear him like, ugh, like get up, and he comes over, and it's this old crotchety dude. He is an elf. Is punched, so he is old. Real quick. Yeah, you have to assume this dude is over 300 years old, just based on what he looks like. He is getting into the latter part of elf life. He kind of inspects you, and he's like, Rodessa, you vouch for her? And she's like, yes, I'd put my life on it. And he's like, gather around, and you all kind of move to the central area. And he kind of sits among the people, even though you can tell that he's kind of in charge. You see that he sits among his people. And your mom takes a seat with everyone else. And you don't, before you even realize it, you're just in the middle of this space with people surrounding you. And he speaks up. He says, tell me why you should be here.
The Order is something that I've always wanted to know more about and to be a part of, so that I could, back when I was younger, so that I could talk more openly with Rodessa. However, now I feel it's as if it's my duty to the goddess Emis to record the finishing story of the bard that we know as Zandifer.
Feel everyone. It cut out. What'd you say?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said, no, he died.
It's not dying completely. I don't know what's going on. It's just it's just my internet's like cutting out for a few seconds.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at you, and you feel like his stare like pierce your soul.
Mm-hmm.
He is looking at you, and you feel all of these people like just intently eyeing you, trying to gauge your honesty in this situation. Make a presence roll for me.
Jesus. Oh, Jesus, this is gonna be. Oh. And can I use Heart of the Poet since it it feels like in this situation I'm trying to impress.
Yep. Go ahead.
Thank God. Take that. And that was a D4. I have no
And I will
reputation
get
here.
this. Since your mom, you should be the one trying to reason this out. Since your mom recommended,
Hmm. That would be my leverage.
that's leveraging your reputation, 100%.
Okay. Okay, heard. So advantage. Okay. Amos, please. This ain't for me. This is for you two. Please, please.
What was it?
No, it's a 14 with fear, dude.
Hmm.
I literally rolled a 1 hope.
You got 3 hope?
Huh? Do I? Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm definitely using
Use what
Bard's
you got,
hope.
you know, use what you got.
Yeah. I'm definitely using Bard's hope. I cannot believe I rolled that low.
And you did a +4 and a +6?
A D4
And
and advantage. Yeah, I did 1-5-2-2 with my base 4 from president. I know, dude. I wanted to cheat and fucking reroll, but damn, dude.
No, don't cheat.
Yeah,
You had your Bard's hope to keep the fear consequence.
right. At least I had 4 hope. Jesus
And I would
Christ.
say 14 is, in my eyes, he stands, approaches you, and you kind of look over at your mom, and you can see like he looks kind of worried. Man, did I just fuck up? She's like, oh shit. And he's like Rodessa, we accept your recommendation for Tuglow to join us. We only ask Tuglow that you, from this point forward, seek to preserve knowledge and all knowledge. We record the history of the victors and the losers. If you adhere to these tenets, we would be happy to have you with us. What do you say?
I most definitely accept. With everything in my power, I will do my best to carry on these orders.
Excellent. All right, well, everyone back to what you were doing, I guess. Rodessa, y'all come talk to me. And he comes over. And he y'all go over to like his little nook that he has over in the corner, and he's like, he kind of looks at your mom, and he's like, rather bold of you, Rodessa. It's like, well, Marcellus, it's just before it would take such a long time to explain, and I wanted to just get it over with. This has been her dream for forever, and it's just something that I think she could help with what we see as, our vision of what to do in the world. Like, okay. Well, what, he's like, what do you mean? What has she done? And your mom kind of gives him the TLDR of all the shit you've done. He's like, it would be nice to have someone so involved in the current conflict in our midst. This could benefit us greatly as well. So if you would take her to the garment room and see if he needs anything from in there, and Miss Tuglow, it's a pleasure to have you. I hope you serve us well, and we can serve you well, and we can serve the world well.
Master Marcellus, it's my greatest privilege and honor to finally be a part of the Order of the White Sun, and I will definitely be doing my best to uphold what it is that is right and true.
And like, now that you're close to Marcellus, you recognize this guy, like you've seen him, and it's always like you've never known who this dude was. It's just like the one or two times as a kid that you maybe more than once or twice. Times when like maybe you would attend the court, you always notice this old crotchety looking guy kind of sitting over in the corner out of the way of vision. Because like I said, it's not that the Order of the White Sun is a secret society. It's just their low key is the name of their game.
Wow.
And so your mom guides you to a room in which you see it's basically almost like an armory. And he bestows upon you the armor of the White Sun. Let me give this to you in Discord.
Oh shit, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Where freaking Daggerheart. Can you not put the voice channel in the campaign thing? I'm such an old man when it comes to freaking Discord.
Oh, Lama. Channeling armor AS9.
Oh, don't ignore that. Ignore that. Just use
Okay.
channeling armor, whatever the basic armor score. That was whenever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever the. Wait, what?
Just use channeling armor.
And
Whatever
then
the
features.
armor score is. Right. Don't worry about the armor score now. Let me just do this. Because remember, whenever I said to keep me from having to adjust every piece of armor in the game, we're going to implement this little threshold change.
Oh, right. Okay, so.
Because I think it's a 7 or 8 already. And that was me like bumping it up one. Where essentially we bumped up your thresholds instead.
Right. While this armor is equipped, take +1 to. Oh shit, mark resistant, mark 2 armor slots to make yourself resistant.
So basically, when you put the channeling armor on, it's going to give you channeling. So it should just automatically give you 1 to your spellcast roll. Resistant, you just have to keep track of. And just say, hey, I have resistant. I can mark 2 armor slots to be resistant.
Right. This is something in game, right?
The channeling armor is.
Okay, but it's just called that.
Right. You can technically change the name of stuff. Like if you ever look at Az's sheet, his weapon is named Daniel. Because he changed the name of it. So if you want to do channeling armor and then put Order of the White Sun or Armor of the White Sun, yeah.
Or
and also because it's been, I'm gonna say after this.
Fuck yeah.
For some reason, I was thinking we were level 6. We're only level 5.
Yeah.
So we need to jump up one more. 5. Yeah, we've been 5 for a little minute. So since this is kind of a big milestone for Tuglow, we'll level up.
Yes!
So, hold on.
And look, I gotta shout out Baguette /Az. not doing nothing for 2 weeks and been a total champ about it.
The
What do you
goat.
mean?
Being a total Giga Chad, not complaining or nothing.
Complaining about
Goated.
what?
About you like, it's a very Tuglow centric part of the story right now. And I'm saying you're just being a good sport.
I guess so.
Well, fine then. Fuck you, Baguette, you piece of shit.
Finally some nice words
Right.
that I can
It's like, stop being nice to me. It's weird.
Jeez. Why are you being nice to me? Jeez. God damn.
I gotta give you your props though.
Yeah,
Sucks
I
to
have
play a game and sit there and not get to do too much.
It's okay. It's okay.
Right,
Don't
your
worry.
time will come. Unless y'all are just like, Iliad's tower, fuck that.
Nah,
bro. No.
I'm gonna get there, torture the whole place down, and call it a day.
It is made of metal. You need a powerful flame. But
I'll
with
just
that,
eat a lot of beans.
did you get your stuff in there, Tuglow?
Yes, now
So
my
you-
spellcasts are +5. That's fucking insane.
Nice.
Let's fucking go, dude. That's
And
so
then
cool.
your armor should have went up by 1, right? It was 7.
Like slots?
No, your armor score.
Oh, I don't know. Let me look.
Oh,
Level
yeah.
up, level
It's
6,
9.
baby.
Your armor score is 9 now.
Yeah, I took it off
Oh, that
and
was
it went
base.
to 2.
I mean, that's your base armor score.
Huh.
Like, you have a default. Oh, you get your round shield is 2 armor. Never mind.
Yeah. Wait, it took off my Harrow Bone armor. Ah.
Right.
Guess who's about to make a sale? Dude, that's okay. That's
Yeah, so your
Oh,
mom. So if you'd like to describe what the armor looks like, I'm going to tell you a couple of key features and everything else is yours.
okay. Let me
It
write
has
this
some
down. Okay.
It's like some very low key shoulder plates. I would say like really bright silver color, like the white sun. So you kind of have these. What are they called? Are they called pauldrons?
Aldrins, yep.
Those basically have some like really low key metal pauldrons. That kind of tie into like a leather chest, and it's kind of low key. But on the pauldrons, like way over on the side, there is like the emblem of the white sun, which you can make up if you want to. But like included in all this, there's like a cloak that goes over all of it and kind of like goes all the way to the middle to where you can't see the armor. Like to be less conspicuous and more low key about it. It's basically like the pauldrons, kind of like a simple leather breastplate style piece. And essentially there are a number of runes kind of etched into the edges of the cloak that goes over. And your mom kind of explains to you that like you can channel some magic into it to reduce the damage that's coming. If you're getting attacked, it's basically like it's good armor, but because it seems more enchanted rather than it's strong armor, if you get what I'm saying. But color-wise, I figured you'd want it to be blue, but I'll let you just, of course. And I would say it's like, it's up to you if you want it to be. Really, the only thing I was thinking of like is the pauldrons with the symbol of the white sun, but the cloak that you can use to cover them. But any other stuff, you can tell me what it looks like or describe it if you want to, or you can just be like, hey, it's some blue shit, bruh. Is it like pants? Is it like a boob dress thing? Is it just some armor over your regular clothes? Like, is it literally just the pauldrons and a blue cape? Whatever you want.
Since it's something like low key and inconspicuous,
Hmm?
I feel like it would have like the actual armor pieces and everything like hidden underneath.
Right.
So kind of like if you've seen Lord of the Rings, the way that Frodo's mithril chain vest, it was so light he just wore it underneath his clothing and nobody noticed.
Hmm.
And so like that's kind of how like I'm kind of envisioning it. It's like it's kind of protection for like the entire body, but it's not so uh, burdening that you notice me like walking like kind of
Right.
funny or it's almost just like a natural
Right. We'll say, how about like
shape and
a
such.
thin, like thin dyed leather,
Yeah.
a deep blue.
And I would say it's more so like the runes that are etched onto the cloak enable the fluidity of motion. Um, just for lore or for flavor's sake. Because otherwise, it may be something that's very like hefty or super odd to walk in or something. But once you've been like accepted into the order, it's almost as if the runes are able to identify that you are a part of it, so it now makes it extremely fluid, for lack
Gotcha.
of better
I get
words,
what you're saying.
so that way you can continue on. Being inconspicuous, low key, very unnoticed.
Good deal. With that, your mom, like, as you like put on this armor and stuff, just kind of like takes a step back and she's just like looking at you, and there's almost like a tear in her eye, like proud, but also like slightly fearful. The kind of things that she knows you're probably gonna get into, you know, just like a good proud moment. It's literally like just a proud parent moment, but people usually don't talk about the fear in the proud parent moment. But it is, you're proud, but at the same time, you're like, my baby's growing up.
Yeah.
I have like 2 of those existential crises every day. I'm like, my babies, no. But you're set up. She's looking at you. She just kind of goes in for a hug. Y'all just kind of embrace for a moment. She just like tells you, she's like, I'm really proud of you. She's like, well, let's get home. Your dad's gonna freaking kill me. Actually, your mom says your dad's gonna fucking kill me. And like, you don't really hear her talk like that too often.
It's so like I know that it's
Right.
like serious.
And so, but
for
anyway,
lore's sake, sake, flavor's sake, flavor. I would say that in the hug, it's only like in very, and I'm talking about 5 and under times in your life where you would touch each other's horns, like horn to horn, or like antler to antler, whatever it's called. But this is like one of those moments where like she and I have this like during the embrace.
I got you. But after that, she's kind of like, kind of clears her throat, and she's like, well, let's get back to the house.
Sounds like a plan.
As y'all put back on your kind of overcloaks and make your way back out, coming out of the library. Make a keep track of this. As y'all come out and you're kind of discussing, make an instinct reaction. Yet. Oh, I died.
A 7.
I died. You got a 7?
Yeah.
Okay. If you'd like to. Hey, I just don't know. Mark a stress.
Okay.
As you get that familiar creepy feeling that someone might be watching you.
You know, I kind of noticed this and very naturally just create the telepathic link with Rodessa and just tell her like, hey, just like yesterday, I feel as if I'm being watched again. I did find more information, and I know whose clothing that was from, and it's from the Windlasses. I don't know if this is the same person or not, or from the same family.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel something is watching us, or someone.
It's very odd. Like, you've seen your mom mostly like a motherly research kind of capacity, but like without missing a beat, your mom is not reacting, not doing anything. She's cool as a fucking cucumber as you just start talking to her in her brain. And she's like, okay, so y'all just keep walking. She replies back, she's like, let's just make it back to the house.
And not because I've done this with Az and with Samlin many times. I just act as if nothing's happened and just carry on.
Which I would like to say you are welcome to instinct roll with hope and fear if you want to look around. I will say doing that obviously would reveal that you're looking around.
Right. No, I'm.
There's also
she just told me, hey, I'm peeping game. She told me what to do. We heading back to the house.
Cool. So you do make your way eventually back to the house, safe inside. Where you are greeted by Tiggerly. He's like, oh, welcome home. As he kind of helps y'all take your cloaks off. And Samlin, who is just kind of like laid out in front of like the fireplace. Even though I would say there's not necessarily a fire in there right now. He's just like found a soft spot on the floor and is laying out. And as y'all come in, he kind of turns around and he just kind of looks at you and he's like, nice duds, Tug. Where'd you get those? Nice
duds? What are duds?
It's just something we would say whenever people get new clothes. I don't know.
Oh. They were a gift. They were a gift for my returning home safely.
Oh. Sick. And he like gets up and he's like kind of looking at it. He's like, oh, this looks cool, man. Feel some magic coming off of this. Cool stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely some magic from it. That's for sure. I'm very happy to have it.
I don't know where Az is unless he's still sitting at this table right here, but I think he's lost deep in his drawings.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you know how that Clank can be when he gets focused on
I do
drawing.
this way, and if I drill a little hole like this, and then I put stuff in it, and then
Your mom
overload.
just kind of chuckles and she's like, "Well, I'll see you all at dinner. I'm gonna go freshen up a little bit." And so with that,
You're very pretty fresh, Mom. I mean, sorry, what?
with that, we will end tonight.
Holy shit, dude.
And y'all level up.
Do, 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 do.